Ladies and gentlemen, Boswell Media Sports and Cruisin' 98 present Leake Academy Rebel Football. Now here's Philip Palmertree.
It's a playoff edition of Leake Academy Football on Friday, October 28, as the Rebels officially begin their quest to claim a second MAIS 5A state title in 3 seasons. Last Friday, the Rebels closed out the regular season, taking one on the chin on senior night in a 47-13 loss to a red-hot Lamar Raider ball club. The Raiders hit the field with urgency and scored on their first 3 possessions to take a 19-0 halftime lead, and their offense kept rolling in the second half and kept the Rebels from harboring any hopes of a late comeback. Senior Dylan Jones had a career-high 15.5 tackles in a marvelous senior effort for L.A. But the second season gets underway tonight as the Rebels, drawing a 10 seed, get a first-round reunion matchup with 7-seed Starkville Academy. The Vols finished 3rd in District 1. Of course, L.A. and Starkville met in Madden in Week 3, and Starkville that night stunned an injury-riddled Leake squad 39-7. The Volunteers have had an up-and-down 2022 season, but there's no doubt they're going to be confident starting the playoffs. But our Rebels, they're poised to get revenge in this win-or-go-home situation on the road. Hi, everyone. I'm Philip Palmertree, and this is the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame. Thanks for listening. Billy Steen is tonight's studio producer, and we'll have our producer-director, the award-winning Breck Riley, joining us shortly in the broadcast booth. You can hear Leake Academy football on Cruisin' 98, the Cruisin' 98 mobile app, and an audio stream at cruisin98news.com, where you can click on the Listen Live tab for Cruisin' 98. Tonight's playoff game is also available on video, streaming courtesy of the Smith & Smith Attorneys video stream. The video link is up right now at kicks96news.com, along with the news stories. Tonight's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association. We have a lot in store for you before kickoff of tonight's playoff game. I'll give you the Junction starting lineups, and we'll take a closer look at the Volunteers, of course. But first, we get to visit with the Rebels head coach, Brian Pickens. All that and more is coming up as the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Baptist Leake Primary Care Clinic understands that pediatric care is much more than treating a sick child. Anya Jones, certified pediatric nurse practitioner, wants to keep your child healthy and active by offering a complete list of pediatric care to infants, children, and young adults. Appointments and walk-ins are welcome. Saturday appointments are available. Call 601-267-1470, option 5. Baptist Leake, making your health care our #1 priority.
Did you know that shapes have sounds? This is the sound of a square, because it's Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef served up on those hot and juicy hamburgers. And this is the sound of a circle. Not the Arctic Circle, but a circle of frozen beef that's flash frozen somewhere else. And this is the sound of a triangle. Anyway, when you want hot and juicy hamburgers, go for the square at Wendy's. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers.
Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Tired of being tired of laundry?
Let me tell you about the laundry lifesavers, Gibson Cleaners. Yes, I'm probably talking to you females out there because let's be honest, y'all are the ones getting stuck with the dirty laundry. Should I say it again? Gibson Cleaners, your laundry lifesaver. Just drop it off on your way to work, have a great day, and pick it up on your way home. Now prop up your feet and relax. Thanks to Gibson Cleaners, your official laundry lifesaver for life.
446 Beacon Street in Philadelphia.
Your kid's graduation, we were there. Your summer barbecue, we were there. That Christmas you burnt the turkey. Yep, we were there. 2 hours after the storm hit, you bet we were there. At South Group Cox Agency, we provide the coverage you can count on when you don't need us, and those times that you do. Coverage that's always there. South Group Cox Agency.
Here we go. It's the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame before the Rebels' first round MAIS 5A state playoff game against Starkville. And here to talk to us pregame is Leake Academy head football coach Brian Pickens. Coach, thanks for being with us.
Always happy to be here, especially this time of year.
Absolutely. Let's take a glance in the rearview mirror at the close of the regular season last Friday at Thagard Field, senior night. Rebels took one on the chin, closing out the regular season with a loss, 47-13 to a super hot Lamar Raider football team that came out, played with a lot of urgency, executed well, and got up on us early, didn't they?
They really did. I'm just going to say this right now. They're playing really good football right now. Lamar's a team. I think they've got a lot of folks nervous that are in the playoffs right now.
Yes.
Early in the year, they got a new coaching staff. It takes a little bit to get all your system in, get kind of the kids doing what you're wanting them to do, and then they suffer some injuries like week 1, week 2, missing some of their key linemen, and those guys are back. They've only missed a couple of weeks maybe, and they're back, and they've really been on a roll here of late. And watching them on film last week, you could see that. And like you said, they came out with a sense of urgency. They came out with a sense that they were focused on what they were doing, and did a good job of it. And unfortunately, we came up on the short end, but not to switch gears, but it's like I've told our kids, hey, look, now all that's behind you. You could be, as I tell them, you could be 10-0, you could be whatever, break even, whatever it is. Everybody now's on the same level field. It's play and go on.
That's right. Survive in advance.
That's right. Survive in advance. So, it's an exciting time, and I think our kids are excited. Some always tell them don't ever take for granted. We've been very blessed. We have been on a playoff streak since 2006. Last time we did not make playoffs was 2005. And as I was talking to some of the seniors, they said, that was the year we were born. So we've had a long playoff streak, and it's something I think our kids are proud of. I think it's something the program takes a lot of pride in, and so I think they're excited about starting this whole new fresh season.
Couple of individual performances from Friday that are worth highlighting. Jake Brown with some good play, blocked a field goal. Dylan Jones had career high in tackles. I saw he was credited with 15.5. And then Charlie Brantley set us up with some great field position with some big kickoff returns. I think he had in excess of 150 yards.
Yeah, those guys all had big games Friday night. But Charlie really impressed me with his return of the kickoff the other night.
Well, it's also a big week at Leake Academy in a lot of other ways. So as my predecessor here, Melvin, used to say, why don't you switch hats for us for a minute and put on the head of school hat and talk for a minute about the big events going on at Leake Academy this week.
Yes, we've got our carnival Saturday. Will it be tomorrow? So we'll have a successful, fun night tonight, and then tomorrow we'll have a lot of fun. On campus tomorrow. Our carnival starts tomorrow morning. I keep saying 11. Like I said, maybe a little earlier. Check Leake Academy web page and social media, our Instagram page and our PTO page for exact times. But
or just say, hey, people can treat it like a South Louisiana crawfish boil. I've learned, been down for one this year, and you can say that it starts at 5, but people are going to start showing up at 2 or 3 just to watch you set up.
Right. There you go. But like I said, it's a lot of fun. I tell you, it's the event that I really think it's a great fundraiser for us, but it's an event that I think everybody enjoys, and that's parents and students and the staff. We all enjoy it. Our parents they do such a super job of that. I can't give them enough credit for how hard they work during this whole week, and then tomorrow. It's a super time. Come on out, bring the little ones. There's a lot of fun activities for the little ones, and then of course we'll have our auctions going on. We'll have have our drawing, and like I said, it's a lot of fun. It's a great week, and honestly, it's what makes Leake special is that that this big fundraiser we do.
When we come back from the break, Coach Pickens is going to talk about the coaching staff that works with these young men throughout the year. So we'll ask him about that and a lot more as football's coming up. Kickoff at the top of the hour between the Rebels and the Starkville Volunteers as the T&K Farms Woodmiser pregame continues.
Southerner Soul is the place where you slide your feet under the table and feel right at home. That's because their Southern home-style cooking really is just like being at Grandma's. Tuesday through Saturday, the fine folks at Southerner Soul will serve you your choice of a delicious plate lunch in a nice family atmosphere. For the salad lovers, they have a fresh salad bar with all the fixins. It's Southerner Soul, just like Grandma used to make it. Highway 16, Carthage.
If you want to get the best in sportswear and gear, check out In Sports. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia, offers screen printing with personalized jerseys, T-shirts, and fan wear to support your favorite team. In Sports also has customizable vinyl gear for spring sports like baseball and softball, as well as plaques and trophies. Looking for sports equipment? In Sports has that too. In Sports believes in giving the best possible customer service with in-town deliveries. Get ready for this sports season with In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Sometimes life gets a little rough, and when it does, Performance Therapy is focused on highly individualized care. Owner Dan Young says no two people respond the same way to any form of treatment or intervention. No injury is the same, and no single treatment works across the board. Their therapists help people regain their physical function and mobility. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, stroke, orthopedic surgery, or you're suffering from chronic neck or back pain, they can help. Performance Therapy. Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, Pelahatchie, and Wiggins.
Performance Therapy wants to help educate you on specialty therapies that could give you relief in just a few visits. Dry needling is a technique using dry needles without medication. They're inserted through the skin into areas of the muscle. It improves pain control and reduces muscle tension. They also offer aquatic therapy in Carthage. This can increase your flexibility, strength, and stamina while alleviating pain and speeding your recovery time. Performance Therapy. Comprehensive care. Hands-on treatment. Proven results. Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, and Pelahatchie.
Attention, deer slayers. We are talking to you.
Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, scents, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there.
Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
Another heaping helping of the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame as the Rebels and the Volunteers are about to kick off in first-round playoff action, and we're talking with Rebel head coach Brian Pickens. Coach, in this section, I'd like you to talk about this staff that works alongside you in preparing these young men for football games and also for life. There's a tremendous support staff and assistant coaching staff that I know is really valuable to you.
Yes, our coach do a good job. Josh Ray, defensive coordinator, Corey Burns, offensive coordinator, Garrett Myers, special teams coach. We've got Robbie Robertson, who works a lot with our video stuff. He does our elementary and junior high, 7th, 8th grade football team, and helps us out as far as the videoing goes. So he's kind of our video coordinator and on game films. And then we got Lee Myers, who is a volunteer coach, and Stace Harris is a volunteer coach. And they help us a lot with the sideline management. A lot of the stuff, hauling stuff to the games, just things like that. They help us a lot with that. But and I'll kind of go back and talk about what all these guys do. But Coach Ray, Josh Ray, he's been here since I got here. Me and him been together for 21 years, and he does a super job with our defense. Does a super job with the kids. And that's all of our coaches. First thing I'm going to say is they kind of get individual what they do. First of all, our coaches really do care about these kids, and you can see it. And And I'm the only one that's had kids come through this program. I've had two sons; they both have graduated, and I kind of sometimes, as you watch your own kids come through, sometimes you step back and see it as a daddy does. And these guys Josh and Corey both have coached my sons coming through, and you can just tell that there's genuine care for them. And that's coming from me as a daddy. That's not coming from me as the head coach watching your assistants. That's coming from me as a daddy. And they do a super job, not only, like I said, preparing, but also just caring for these kids and trying to give them the best chance to be successful in all facets of whether it be on the field, off the field, whatever it may be. But yeah, I kind of go back to individually. Coach Ray, the amount of film that he watches preparing for these games, and trying to make sure that our kids are in the best possible spot to be successful. You can't ask for anything any better. Like I said, the dedication to that film is probably his biggest strength. And then Coach Burns. Me and Josh been together 21 years. Well, me and Coach Burns have been together about that long because I coached him. He was my quarterback back in 2003 and 4, and he came to the staff in 2014 and just does a super job. I mean, so sometimes I have to remember, he's not a player, but he does a super job. And again, it's that hard work. The work ethic of all of our coaches is impressive. He watches hours of film, and to try to prepare for what we're going to see Friday night, and like I said, he's not only that, but when you see that field, I'm going to give Corey a little credit. When you see that field and how green it is and the paint popping off the field and making it look like a college turf, Corey does a lot of work during the summer and even on the weekends, making sure that field looks good. And so he does that on top of his scouting. Garrett, he's our special teams coach. He makes sure that their special teams, what they're trying to do. Example of that, people might say, what do you mean by that? Well, are they a spread punt? Are they a tight punt? What kind of punt? They're going to kick it in the end zone. They're going to try to sweep kick it. They're going to sky kick it. Just those things that give us an advantage of, who's the kickoff guy. Sometimes we don't want to kick it to, just things like that. And so he watches numerous hours of film on that. And, every Sunday we meet, this group, they put in tireless, hours, and all of them have family. Corey's got kids. Coach Ray's got, he's got grandkids, and then you've got, Garrett, he I think, I don't know when, but his wife's expecting. So, these are family guys that, really they sacrifice a lot of time away from home. You take a Friday night, and I've said a lot on the after show, the post-game show, that when that game's over with, these are the guys bringing the stuff in. And these are the guys that, are sitting up there watching the film until 4 a.m, getting ready for what we're going to do Sunday when we meet. And a lot of times it's a lot of Saturday film watching just to prepare for Sunday so we're ready to go Monday. And I think, Coach Robertson does a lot of work. I always call him, he's the fastest film uploader in the state of Mississippi. When, Friday night's game's over with, people don't realize we're getting that film usually around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. It comes on it's just uploaded and then directly sent over a program that most coaches in the state have. And, Coach Robertson, he's the one that's getting the film ready, getting it all cut up and then uploaded, and then he sends it out. And then he films the practices and gets that done after practice and gets that ready so that we can watch it. We practice on a Tuesday. He's getting it ready so that we can actually watch it Tuesday night. A lot of times when the families go to bed, these guys are watching the practice film. Family goes to bed, it's 10 o'clock. Well, you wouldn't believe the amount of time that we're on the phone till 12 o'clock at night talking about the practice film. So there's, like I said, the biggest thing is there's a lot of hours, a lot of sacrifice, and but this group of coaches, they would have it no other way. I always say that about coaches. We're the only people that we enjoy working overtime because that's when you get your best quality film watching in, is when everybody's asleep and nobody really talk to you. So we enjoy the overtime work. But like I said, it's just a super hard working group of guys, and that's not even to mention the summer workouts and then the summer mowing the field and summer painting, summer project work. Just like I said, just a very hard working group of guys, and they do it for the kids. I think a lot of times we see coaches as I always say, the shame of coaching is that people see us in our most emotional states, where we're just trying to push the kids sometimes, and so people see coaches a lot of times hollering. But Monday through Wednesday, it's not really like that. There's a lot more teaching that goes on. As a school administrator, I always say that a lot. You show me a good coach, I'll show you a good teacher. And, because you take time, you take patience, you have to make sure that they understand exactly what you're talking about. You always put it on on the level everybody can understand, and you make sure that everything is clear and then it's executed precisely on Friday night. But they're also a group that, like I said, deeply care about you. A lot of times if kids got a problem, we always want to know that kids can come straight to us and just talk about anything. So, and that's every coach that we have on staff. So, a super group of guys that do a great job.
And one more person, I know you'd want to highlight, somebody we see on the sideline at not just football games, but at all Leake Academy sporting events, is David Jones, and the great job he does as trainer. We don't want to see him out on the field very often, but we're certainly glad that he's there and does great work for us, doesn't he?
That's right. David has been our trainer since 2010, and we are very lucky to have him. David's a graduate Leake Academy. You got to think, other than myself, every coach, Coach Robertson didn't, but every coach, Coach Ray, Coach Burns, Coach Myers, we talked about Stacey Harris. These guys all are graduates of Leake Academy. They love the school, and have a lot of passion about the school and the success of it. And but Dave is no different. He's a graduate there, lives right here in the community. Many times if he had to run home, I call him at home. He's coming right back up there. If we have an injury, maybe late in the practice day where maybe he's left to go do something, he comes right back up there. But he does a super job. You couldn't ask for a better trainer. He's there every day, and I'm like you. You don't like seeing him on the field, but if somebody does get hurt, that's who you want. I would say this: David impressed me. He's an expert in his field. He knows exactly what he's looking at, and usually his diagnosis is usually pretty spot on when he evaluates a young man. So, and again, I go back to me as a father. And, I've still got one coming through. I've got one that, played Pee Wee this year and who started in 7th grade. And as a parent, I'm very comfortable knowing that we have such a quality trainer like David Jones, out there working with our kids.
Up next, Coach Pickens and I will put the magnifying glass on tonight's matchup with Starkville in the first round of the 5A state playoffs. So stay where you are as the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame continues.
The poultry people at Ozark Ag and Carthage are your poultry house headquarters when it comes to your building and equipment. Whether you're retrofitting an existing farm or maybe you're building one from scratch, no pun intended, Ozark Ag has the parts and equipment you'll need to rule the roost. Plus, they also carry a large assortment of hardware materials for contractors in the area. So, visit Ozark Ag today. You'll find them located at 610 Highway 16 West, right there where Farmer Joiner's Building Supply used to be. Ozark Ag and Carthage. They're the poultry people here in central Mississippi.
Moore's Pharmacy always looks forward to seeing their customers, and they provide 4 locations for you: Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. They also provide services to make your life easier, such as the flavored medicine machine for your children, Pack My Meds, hormone replacement therapy, and compounding. They also take most insurances. Moore's Pharmacy, Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. Always the shortest wait time, fastest service, and lowest prices because they will price match for you. Follow them on Facebook. Moore's Pharmacy, your family hometown pharmacy.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
What's stopping you from shopping local?
It's hard to tell what's actually local and what's just called local.
At Piggly Wiggly in Carthage, local means right here in Carthage.
Here at Piggly Wiggly, local and freshness are two very important words. Freshness means a lot in your kitchen, and local means a lot to our community.
Supporting local because we are local. Piggly Wiggly, with a convenient location just off Highway 16 in the heart of Carthage.
Shop local from your friends at Piggly Wiggly in Carthage.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplements. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Here's one more section of tonight's T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame. Leake and Starkville Academy getting ready to meet in Starkville. Head coach Brian Pickens with us here for one more segment. Coach, let's talk about this matchup with Starkville. It's a 7 versus 10 seed matchup. The Rebels are the 10 seed, Starkville the 7th seed. We met these guys back in week 3 at Thagard Field, and they played really well against us. How does that week 3 game provide some help in preparing for a rematch tonight?
Well, Starkville's a team that we have played every year since 2015. We've played them off and on since I've been at Leake, but since 2015, when they came down, they were actually in our district for for a lot of years, and now they're not in our district, but we continue to play them. It's a great game for us to play. So, when you play somebody you're familiar with, it helps as far as just the preparation part of it. You're not looking at somebody brand new. Now, play them in the season, the advantage is that you get to see your personnel versus their personnel. You're not trying to guess what are we going up against. I mean, when you show film, we show film to our kids every week, and it's one thing to show film on Starkville versus Pilla. Our kids really don't know what the line strengths and weaknesses are at Pilla, and so you're just basically seeing where they line up and how well that player plays against them. But now you're getting to see your own footage. I mean, as I say, you're almost getting to see practice footage. You're getting to see what you did right, what you did wrong, the mistakes that you need to correct. And a lot of times those mistakes are corrected, but you get to kind of see what it looked like back in week 3 and build off of that. Of course, they're doing the same thing, but to me, I think it is a big advantage for us.
What's the message to the ball club tonight? What do you want them to do when they hit that field tonight?
Well, first of all, I want them to enjoy the game. I think you get some people, sometimes we all get so hung up on playoffs, big games. I want them, first of all, to be excited. They've made the postseason. I say there's a lot of young men that have played football for 3 years and never seen a postseason game. And our guys, they've seen it every year, and as far back as they can remember. So I want them to enjoy the game, and number 2, to just play with that effort that we have, to execute, to be excited, to be emotional out there, and just keep on going.
Well, here's hoping that all that preparation and effort gets put on display tonight, and as you said, I hope these young men enjoy a time in their lives that's really special, and I hope it has a lot of memorable things happening tonight. And we'll move on to the second round and see what challenge waits us there.
That's right.
Coach Brian Pickens joining us on the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame. Coach, thanks so much, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll get the Morris Pharmacy countdown to kickoff underway from J.E. Logan Field. Breck Riley's going to join me, and we'll get you set for the 7 o'clock kickoff between the Rebels and the Volunteers of Starkville Academy as Leake Academy football continues.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
At Wendy's, we make breakfast better, like with our Breakfast Baconator. Better from top to bottom bun. Savory sausage patty, better. Crispy oven-baked bacon, better. Fresh cracked egg, better. The Breakfast Baconator might just be the greatest breakfast sandwich of all time. So you can keep settling for not better, or you can get a better breakfast from Wendy's. Tough choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Better Breakfast.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Your kid's graduation, we were there. Your summer barbecue, we were there. That Christmas you burnt the turkey. Yep, we were there. 2 hours after the storm hit, you bet we were there. At South Group Cox Agency, we provide the coverage you can count on when you don't need us, and those times that you do. Coverage that's always there. South Group Cox Agency.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
If you are looking for a career and want to make great money, Winston Plywood and Veneer is looking for amazing and highly motivated team players. Wages starting at $15.25 to $25 an hour. Production trainee, material handler, heavy machine operator, and millwright. Winston Plywood and Veneer offer health care, dental and vision insurance, personal time off, 401k, attendance and referral bonus program. Apply at your local Win Job Center or Indeed.com. Winston Plywood and Veneer is an equal opportunity employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
The Morris Pharmacy countdown to kickoff begins from J.E. Logan Field. I'm Philip Palmertree. Thank you for listening and for watching. We've got the video link up at Kicks96news.com. So let folks know if they don't know that they're not here, they can watch tonight's ball game courtesy of the Smith & Smith Attorneys video stream. Leake Academy and Starkville Academy are about to meet in the first round of the MAIS 5A playoffs. The Volunteers, the home team, are 7-4 overall, 3-2 in District 1 play. They're the 7th seed among the 12 5A teams. And last week, the Volunteers thumped Washington School on the road 39-21. Let's get to tonight's Junction starting lineup presented by your friends Prince Oil. 7 great locations of the Junction. Let's see if I can do them by memory. I think I can. Carthage, Louisville, Newton, Union, Scuba, Ridgeland, and Oxford. That's it? 7? Did I leave one out? That's 7. There we go. Got the 7. And here's tonight's starting lineup. So we'll start for the Rebels on offense. Grant Barnes at center, senior 5'10", 250. Carter Walsworth at left guard, 6'2", 300-pound junior. Jared Sims, a senior, who goes 5'11", 220 at right guard. And the tackles, big Colton Burns on the left side, 6'6", 290. And Hayden Jenkins, sophomore, 6'1", 235. The tight ends, who also split out as receivers, Aiden Watkins, senior, 6'2", 200. And Ben Jackson, junior, at 6'3", 190. Wide receivers, Mathen Weaver, 6 tall, sophomore, 135. And Charlie Brantley, junior, wide receiver, 6'1", 150. Running back, we may see Rhett Atkinson either at quarterback or at wide receiver. He warmed up at both positions earlier tonight, and Whit Welch will be either at running back or at quarterback. Rhett's the 6'1", 160 senior, and Whit at 5'11", 195. He's a senior also, and he's the diesel. And then also we'll see some carries tonight from Jake Brown, the senior, 6 tall, 155, and probably some from senior Bryce Watkins as well. The specialists, Ben Jackson, long snapper, Seth Martin, sophomore, junior, the holder, and sophomore Matthew Nowell, kicking 5'10", 135, and 8th grader Reese Atkinson handling punting duties for the 3rd straight week. On defense, Hagan Bobo, sophomore at nose guard, 6'1", 235. Jared Sims will play some at end, some at linebacker. Also on the defensive front is 19 Jake Adams, 6'2", 190. Lucas Thomas, 6'2", 190, a junior. The linebackers on the outside, Camden Marble, junior at 5'10", 150, and Dylan Jones at 5'7", 150. He's a senior. Bryce Watkins leads the team in tackles. He's the middle linebacker, 6', 160. Then in the defensive backfield, Bishop Harden at 5'7", 155. We'll see Rhett Atkinson play some at corner as well. And then at safety, Jake Brown, we mentioned him earlier, also in tonight's ball game. And that's your defensive backfield for L.A. Tonight's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association. And we're conducting all these, or having all these broadcasts dedicated this year to the memory of our friend Gilbert Barham and our old beloved ball coach. We're going to take an 18-second moment of silence in remembrance of his 18 years bringing these broadcasts to you. Now let's bring in our guest analyst tonight. He and I have done only 75, 80 games together. Good to have the band back together. It's Breck Riley, voice of Holmes Community College football and Kosciuszko Whippet football. Whippets played last night, and Breck's filling in for our friend Jonathan Fitzhugh, who's not able to make it. Good to have you back, Breck.
Good to be back out there. It looks like the Starkville Academy Volunteers won the toss, and Coach Nicholson wants the ball first. So they will receive the opening kickoff. They'll be defending the south end zone, moving it left to right. And quickly we'll take a look at tonight's field conditions report. 67 degrees, great here. Kickoff got a slight chance of some rain here, just a little bit. Field, it's about what you would expect a late October field to look like. The drought got a little bit of a tan look out there, but otherwise it looks like a good night for football.
Starkville's taking the field from the south end, and they're in royal blue, shiny royal blue helmets with the numbers on the side, royal blue jerseys, orange numbers, and plain white pants. Rebels take the field to our right. They're in white jerseys with Navy numerals, white pants, and Navy helmets with the LA logo on the side. We're going to talk just a little bit about tonight's matchup and what the Rebels need to do to survive and advance the playoffs, and we'll also talk to you about the schedule of games in MAIS playoff action and also some MHSAA action in our part of the state. All that coming up as the Moore's Pharmacy countdown to kickoff continues. But first, we'll step aside for this break, so stay with us. Kickoff coming at 7 o'clock between the Rebels and the Volunteers as Leake Academy football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Total Pain Care is pleased to announce the addition of a full-time pain management clinic in Philadelphia. This location allows Dr. Pearson and Dr. Martin, along with Sam Kratzer, nurse practitioner, to better serve Neshoba County and surrounding areas. Our mission has always been to reduce suffering, increase function, and promote independence for our patients. For more information, visit our website at totalpaincare.org and call us today. We are located in the Medical Arts Clinic in front of Neshoba General Hospital. Total Pain Care, better quality of life, closer to home.
Southerner Soul is the place where you slide your feet under the table and feel right at home. That's because their Southern home-style cooking really is just like being at Grandma's. Tuesday through Sunday, the fine folks at Southerner Soul will serve you your choice of a delicious plate lunch in a nice family atmosphere. For the salad lovers, they have a fresh salad bar with all the fixins. It's Southerner Soul, just like Grandma used to make it. Highway 16, Carthage.
Smith & Smith is the longest-standing law firm in Leake County. They're proud to support Leake Academy and all area football teams this year. Winning means you're willing to go longer, work harder, and give more than anyone else. Smith & Smith Law Firm has worked hard for years, and it's paid off. So will your work, young men. Smith & Smith is here to help you survive criminal and family law. Smith & Smith, 207 Water Street, Carthage, or at jesmith.law, jesmith.law, or call 601-267-5611.
Hello, Rebel fans. It's time for kickoff. Moore's Pharmacy welcomes you to an exciting night of Friday night football. Moore's Pharmacy takes great pride in supporting Leake Academy Rebels, the perfect place to start your weekend. Okay, Rebels, let's kick it off.
Boswell Media Sports.
Moore's Pharmacy countdown to kickoff about to happen from J.E. Logan Field in Starkville. First round of the MAIS 5A state playoffs. Breck, you've got a Rebel team that has lost 2 games at home over the last 2 weeks and fell behind early, struggled to get big plays going. I think it's going to be important for L.A. to be able to stay on schedule on offense and down and distance and avoid negative plays.
Yeah, and I think you just got to forget about that, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those coaching cliches that it's a brand new season. Anything that can happen. Everybody's sitting at 0-0 right now because if you lose, you go home. So if you're Leake, you got to forget about all that and just do what you do. You got to kind of like play your game.
It'll be the Rebel defense out there first as Matthew Nowell's going to kick it off from right to left from the 40-yard line. He's got the ball teed up on the X painted in the middle of the field. And just in case I didn't say it, the weather and field condition report Breck brought you earlier, that's brought to you by Winston Plywood and Veneer.
I will say quickly that the captains tonight for the Rebels, John Riley Sanders, Gabriel Quick, and Grant Barnes.
Here we go. Football from Starkville. Playoff football. Deep in over end kick taken at the 6, right up the middle. Now cutting out to the right up the seam, getting across the 35 to the 40. Still on his feet and spun down at the 45-yard line is the returner. That's Charlie Nicholas. And it took Matthew Nowell to get him down.
Yeah, kicker going down there making the play.
Good field position right in the middle at the 45 for the Volunteers. They are under the field direction of quarterback Briggs Bennett, a junior. Of course, these teams met back in week 3 back in Madden. We'll talk about that in little bits and pieces as the night goes on. A little orbit motion from the right to left. Now Bennett keeps it on first down across the 50, gets into Rebel territory to the 45. He should have 10 yards and a first down.
Yeah, just a straight keeper right there. They got a little motion going in the backfield, kind of get the defense wondering what was going to go on, and a good read by Bennett.
Camden Marble with the tackle for L.A. First and 10 from the L.A. 45. 3 wide receivers, H-back set to the right. Again, slot man orbiting behind. Handoff to Nicholas, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. That's Dylan Jones with a superb one-on-one tackle, getting off his block and taking him down. In fact, they lost about a foot on the play.
Yeah, they'll say, okay, but basically no gain. I mean, they did indeed go back just a little bit.
First quarter of tonight's ball game presented by the Leake County Co-op. Starkville at the line, same formation. Bennett moves his slot man. Now he's going to fake, keep, pitch, and hit behind the line of scrimmage. Jake Brown coming up from safety to put the hit on Wyatt Bice for a loss of 3 yards. Well, they'll say 2 back to the 47, 3rd and 12.
Yeah, just the way you draw up the defense there on an option. You had somebody keep the quarterback, and then, as you mentioned, they kept the pitch man and got him down for a loss, 2 yards, put him in the 3rd and long.
Starkville giving you a lot of eye candy. Now they flip the formation and put a receiver in instead of a running back. Rebels showing pressure from the edge with 3 down linemen. Back to throw. Bennett throws short into the sideline right side, incomplete along the 35. It was intended for Drew Williams, who had a splendid game against L.A. in Madden, but that pass was out about 2 yards away from him, incomplete, 4th and 12.
Yeah, good stop there by the Rebel defense. You give up the one big play, and then after that, you settle down.
That's one of those plays where Bennett just simply took 3 steps back, threw the ball. He's not reading defense. That's just a turn, make the throw, and it was incomplete. On to punt. Punt is away off the foot of Jackson Walters. It'll angle toward the seam along the 15. It'll roll inside the 5, and the Volunteers surround it. It dies around the 2, maybe even the 1.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered if you're Starkville Academy. A great punt right there. And if the Rebels are going to score, they're going to have to go 99 yards to do so.
So we don't have any last-minute knowledge of how the Rebels are going to line up offensively. We'll just tell you as we see it. The Rebels, though, lined up at the 1, or, well, it looks more like the 2, at the 2, and they're going to line up with Whit Welch, it looks like, at quarterback, and Watkins next to him. Tight formation, 2 running backs and an H-back. Keeper from Welch, the Diesel, plows ahead to the 7. Going to get good yardage on first down. Or at least they'll say you went down to the 6.
Yeah, pretty good play right there. And here's a note: Rhett Atkinson is going to check into the ball game as a wide receiver here on the near side.
Wyatt Johnson makes the tackle for Starkville. Now they'll split out. Atkinson wide to the left along the numbers. 2 H-backs and a running back. Welch hands it to Watkins. He's in trouble, gets ridden down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain as Volunteers got on it. John Stephen Card coming up from safety to read that play and put Watkins on the ground. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for L.A.
Yeah, still manageable, though, here for Leake Academy in the early going. You got 3rd down and 5, and you got a chance to convert here.
Leake spreads the field with 4 wide receivers, Atkinson and Brown to the left, and the big receivers, Watkins and Jackson, to the right. McDonald, the H-back on the left side, a 4-man front for the Vols. Welch looks at the defense. Takes a high snap, sets his feet, throws deep up the left side, looking for Atkinson at the 40, but put it about 3 feet beyond his hands, incomplete, and the Rebels go 3 and out.
Yeah, not a bad play right there. Atkinson give a good effort. You like to see the senior there, yeah, even with the injured shoulder and all, laying out for it and trying to make a play, and just couldn't connect.
Yeah, they had one-on-one there with the cornerback. The safety was, I think they had just one high safety, and he did not get over. They managed to keep him in check, or keep him away from the play. But back to punt is Reese Atkinson, 8 yards deep in the end zone. He'll punt, get a nice one away. It'll kind of wobble, hit at the 30, and take a beautiful bounce for the Rebels. Nice, amicable bounce. And Ben Jackson will down at the 46. That's a punt that covers about 40 yards right there for the 8th grader. And it's still good field position for the Vols, but could have been a lot worse for L.A. there. 8:41 to go first quarter. Scoreless ball game. First round of the MAIS 5A state playoffs.
Yeah, if you're Leake here on defense, just kind of keep doing what you're doing. After the one long play, didn't give up a yard after that.
Trips to the right, 1 man out to the left. He'll come in motion as a running back. That's Nicholas. Rebels will load the front, hand it to Nicholas. He dances around, gets some positive yardage up the left hash down to the 43, and a 40, they'll give him the 42, gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Jake Adams and Marble were in there on making the stop for L.A. They come to the line with that same formation. Trips to the wide side to the right. This time Bennett fakes the throw. He's going to take off right side, gets around the corner on his feet. 40 will be very close to the first down before Jones and Marble get to him.
Comes up a yard short, maybe a foot short, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 3rd and less than a yard for the Vols. Clock winding under 7:50 in the opening quarter. 1 first down on the first drive, then a punt for Starkville. 3 and out for the Rebels, and Starkville trying to convert a 3rd and short here. Handoff. Nicholas is hit. The Rebels stand him up, and I don't think he got the first down.
No, he didn't. They're not even going to measure it right there.
Jared Sims and Camden Marble combine to make the stop. He loses about half a yard, and now it's 4th and 1.
Another big stop by this Rebels defense, and it looks like Starkville going to leave the offense on the field.
4th and short from the Rebel 42. Big play in the early going. Trips to the left, 1 man to the right. May see a keeper here. That's what it's going to be. He's going to get to the 40, gets the first down. Lucas Thomas grabs him, but gets some face mask in the process along the 38-yard line, and that will
move it inside the 25. First down picked up for SA.
Yeah, nothing too egregious there. It's one of those situations where the runner had gotten by him and he just reaches back to grab him. And when he reaches back, only thing he can get is some face mask.
In high school, you do have the 5-yard option.
That should be.
And I think that one is certainly borderline. It certainly, as you said, was nothing over the top. Yeah, they're going to call the 5-yard variety on L.A. on that play. It would have been a first down either way, even without the penalty. So the ball's moved right between the 28 and 29. Moving the chains are the Vols. In the opening quarter, they'll send in Nicholas and Williams as the wide receiver. He's split out to the right. We had Atkinson matched up on him. Got it loaded into the short side of the field. Bennett looking in that direction to throw. Has lots of time. Going to put it up deep toward the end zone. Wobbling throw for Williams. Overthrown in the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Atkinson and Harden in coverage back there for the Rebels. And he really, there was really no chance to complete that pass.
Yeah, just hummed it up in the air. Thinking maybe his receiver could run under it, but yeah, just a little too much on that pass from Briggs Bennett.
Now receivers 2 by 2, H back to the left. Bennett all by himself in the backfield. Now they'll bring Nicholas up on his right hip, and I think there's going to be some early movement. An illegal shift going to be the call. No, well, it's illegal procedure against Starkville, so they'll get behind and down in distance and have 2nd and 15.
Nicholas
didn't get set.
Yeah, that's why I thought it might have been illegal shift there. But anyway, it's the same result.
Ball now between the 33 and 34 on the right hash. Now they'll put the 3 wide outs to the left, 3 by 1. They'll move Nicholas into the backfield. Run option left side, pitch to Nicholas. He bobbles the ball. It's still on the ground and goes into the Rebel sideline. Nobody picked it up. Just got sort of bobbled and kicked into the sideline, and we'll see where the officials mark. It looks like they'll mark the ball along the 30. So that's a gain, but going to leave them in 3rd and 12.
Yeah, Jake Adams was the closest one there, and he was running along that far sideline trying to get to it. But when Nicholson bobbled it, just kind of kicked it forward. Didn't do it on purpose, just not able to get back.
Starkville huddles up, facing 3rd and long. They have to get right between the 18 and the 19 for the first down. 4 wide receivers. Bennett will look to his right, drift in that direction, put up another deep one toward the end zone. Has a receiver there, but it's left a little bit short, incomplete for Wyatt Bice. Brown and Harden were on him in the end zone, and that's going to leave them with 4th and 12.
Yeah, that time he took a little bit off of it. Last time he sailed it too long, and that one he might have taken a little bit too much off of it. It kind of hung up in the air, and the intended target had to try to come back for the ball and just couldn't get to it.
4th and 12, offense staying out on the field. You're too close in to punt, too far back to attempt a field goal, so why not go for it, roll the dice on 4th and 12. 2 receivers to each side. H back to the right for protection. Bennett with time, steps up in the pocket, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete through the hands of Jake Brown, and Jake's glad he didn't intercept it because that will turn it over to Leake on downs at the 30.
Yeah, Wyatt Boose was the only receiver there, and it didn't really get close to him at all. Just threw a little bit high, and
it seems like he was throwing to a spot on the field, I think, and I think the intended receiver, Bice, was just not in that area. He had, I think, run the pattern a little deeper than Bennett thought, but now Welch and company come to the line of scrimmage, hand off Jake Brown. He goes nothing inside, back to the out, goes toward the numbers, has a good gain, 9 on first down, up to the 39 before he gets ridden out of bounds in the near sideline by Walters.
Well, you got to credit Aiden Watkins from his tight end spot right there, sealed the edge, and there was one of those big defensive ends that ended up on his back because of Watkins.
Grayson McDonald checks out of the ball game, and Mathen Weaver checks in. The Rebels get a receiver in. Send Atkinson and Weaver out to the left and have Watkins and Jackson as H-backs. Brown at the left hip of Welch. 4-man front. Handoff. Brown trying to find an opening, has to turn, spin, and falls ahead to the 41. But guess what? That's going to, well, let's see. They did give him first down yardage on that previous play. That was 1st and 10. I thought it was 2nd and 1. My mistake. But he falls ahead to the 42. Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8. Rebels picked up a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
Give credit to Brown right there because he was hit in the backfield and able to just spin off of a tackle and keep it moving forward.
Leake moves right to left. 2nd and 8 from the 42. Keeper Welch, the D-Sol, takes a head-on hit at the 44. Goes down there, hard hit by Card, the safety. Gets him after a gain of 2. The Rebels are left with 3rd and 6. They'll have to get almost to the Volunteer 49 for the first down.
Well, it was a big collision right there. You know, when the old unstoppable force meets the immovable object. And you can hear it up here even with our headsets on.
Weaver split out left. Atkinson to the right. Keep Jackson and Watkins. Put them next to the line on the left side, along with Brown as a running back. Play action. Bootleg. He's in trouble. Welch trying to keep the play alive. On the run. Throws into the numbers at the 50. Incomplete. Nearest receiver in the area was Aiden Watkins, but that pass really wasn't anywhere near Watkins as Welch was under a lot of duress.
Just a good read there, but good time to blitz by the Volunteers. Brought that outside linebacker, and then when Welch ran on the bootleg, he was right in the staring at a blue jersey, and then after that he had to try to make something work.
For the second time tonight, Reese Atkinson comes out to punt. This time he doesn't have to stand in his end zone. He stands at the 30. Cy Hallberg stands back inside his 30. He brings some pressure, gets it off away, a wobbling kick that hits along the 25. It takes a beautiful roll for LA inside the 10, toward the 5, toward the pylon. And Ben Jackson will down it inside the 5. We'll see exactly where it is along the 4-yard line, but there's a splendid punt from Reese Atkinson.
Yeah, I'd say it looks like around maybe even closer to the 3. Yeah, great job there by Jackson. Great bounce.
We'll remind you that Southerner Soul in Carthage is the official Football Friday food stop. Every week, the Kicks Picks winner gets a gift certificate from Southerner Soul. Hope you've been playing that this year. Make your picks every week at kicks96news.com. 1st and 10 for Leake for Starkville. 4:14 to go. They toss it to the slot man. Pass caught. They get across the 10 to the 15, get a pretty good gain. They get about 8, maybe 9 on first down. Jones makes the tackle.
First completed pass of the ball game for either team.
2nd down and about 1.5. Ball's at between the 12 and 13-yard lines. 3 wide receivers. Play action. Now Briggs going to have to roll out to his right. Is in trouble. Going to keep it. Get the first down. Puts on a juke. Stays inbounds 20. Dives toward the 25. And finally gets put down as Marble and McDonald and Thomas were in pursuit. But it's a first down for the Volunteers. 3:30 on the first quarter clock. Scoreless ball game.
Could have been a little bit of a block in the back there, but no call. One of those Rebels was coming up to make the play, and one of the Volunteers kind of rubbed him a little bit, nudged him down.
1st and 10 from the 24. Hand it to Nicholas. He's going to try to sweep around the left side. Turns upfield, gets about 4, and then gets taken off his feet.
Bryce Watkins on the tackle there.
First time we've called Bryce Watkins' name on a tackle tonight. 2nd down and 6. No score. Winner of this game will play number 2 seed Capaya down in Gallman next Friday night. 1 man split out left, 2 to the right. They'll send Nicholas out now to the right in the slot. And a flag comes in. I think there's some twitching on the offensive line.
Yeah, it's the second time that motion has gotten the Volunteers. The last time it was when they motion Nicholson into the backfield. This time he's motioning up to the line to be a receiver, but someone not getting set or someone not knowing the cadence or the count.
I think the right side of that line moved early, and that will put them back in 2nd down 11 at the 23-yard line. Left hash. Put 2 men out to each side. 3-man front for Leake. Keeper for Bennett on 2nd down. He's got a lane to run in across the 30. Dives toward the marker. The line to gain to the 34. I think he's going to have the first down or be very, very close to it.
I think they're going to measure at least. Or no, someone's down. Is it an official?
Maybe. Yeah, one of the officials is down on one knee along the 30, 32-yard line, the far side of the field. Trainers coming out to look at him. Didn't see what happened. I see David Jones and Coach Brian Pickens coming off the near sideline to check on the man in stripes. He's up on his feet now. Looks like he's going to stay in the game.
Yeah, it was right around over there where the tackle was made, so he might have got caught up and somebody might have bumped him or something like that.
3rd and short. About a foot and a half. Starkville's been in some 3rd and shorts. They were in one earlier, and the Rebels stopped them. Split 2 receivers out to each side. Clock winds under a minute 50. Bennett with an empty backfield. Going to look to throw. Throws into the far sideline. The boundary pass caught. Falling down at the 37-yard line is the receiver, Drew Williams. He's the reliable receiver, and they got it to him. Pass wasn't perfect, but it was good enough to get the first down.
Yeah, Williams is one of the captains tonight for the Volunteers. They have him listed as a backup quarterback.
Credit Charlie Brantley with the tackle, but it's 1st and 10. Another first down. This drive started back around the 3-4-yard line. They give it to Nicholas. Flag comes in behind. He gets stood up, pushed back along the line of scrimmage by Sims and McDonald.
I think going to end up being a hold.
Yeah, that's what I would expect, given the official who threw the flag as the action was coming around the right side. They usually are going to get somebody for the hold. Leake defenders indicate it is indeed against the Vols. The Rebels will take the result of the play, decline the penalty. Well, he said decline, or maybe there were 2 flags on the play. Yeah, they are walking it back to the 25, so it's first down, and there was a 15-yard penalty.
There were 2 flags on the play. The umpire threw one, and the head official
So it's 1st and 25. Bennett looks to throw to his left, under pressure, chased by Adams, throwing up the side toward the first down marker, incomplete, just beyond the reach of Bice, the receiver. Harden was with him step for step, but Bennett was under some duress from Jake Adams and threw it incomplete, 2nd down and 25.
Yeah, Bice is going to kick himself in the morning for missing that one. That one was right through the old breadbasket.
Yep. He extended his hands, but didn't get the ball. Line of scrimmage, the 23 in Starkville territory. Clock stopped with a minute 5. First quarter presented by the Leake County Co-op. Thanks for watching on the Smith & Smith Attorneys video stream. Coming to you on Cruisin' 98 tonight. Timeout called. That's going to be his Carthage Veterinary Clinic timeout, and we'll take it with them. We'll be back with more Leake Academy football.
Baptist Leake Primary Care Clinic understands that pediatric care is much more than treating a sick child. Anya Jones, certified pediatric nurse practitioner, wants to keep your child healthy and active by offering a complete list of pediatric care to infants, children, and young adults. Appointments and walk-ins are welcome. Saturday appointments are available. Call 601-267-1470, option 5. Baptist Leake, making your health care our #1 priority.
Boswell Media Sports.
No score, first quarter, 1:05 left on the clock. Starkville with 2nd down and 25 coming up. The other games going on in 5A. Number 11, St. Joe playing at Lamar. Winner of that one gets Simpson. Number 9, Silliman visits number 8, Pillow. Winner taking on number 1, Heritage next week. and number 12 Bio at Oak Forest in Louisiana. And the winner of that one gets Magnolia Heights. 2nd and 25, 4 wide outs. Bennett under pressure. He's going to get hit. Gets across the line of scrimmage with Camden Marble hanging on to him. And finally, Aiden Watkins came and chopped his legs out from under him. Gain was short on the play, just up to the 27-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and very long.
Yeah, credit the quarterback there, Bennett. As he was hitting the backfield, and as you mentioned, he did drag a couple of white jerseys, but as Marble was holding on to him, a couple other ones came around and let him get him down.
3rd down, very long. The Volunteers trying to get to the 48. It's 3rd down and 21 by my count. One-man split left, 3 right. Bennett's going to look to his right, set his feet, going to put it up deep. Atkinson there to intercept it at the 39, but flag comes in. They're going to say Atkinson pushed off on Drew Williams along the 40. And that's going to result in a penalty, but not in a first down.
Yeah, a little contact there as Atkinson, just some bump and run there, and kind of didn't give the receiver enough time to come back and make the catch. But as you mentioned, it will not be a first down. There's no the pass interference does not carry an automatic first down anymore in high school football. They're going to send Atkinson to the sideline. I think he maybe got a scrape or something. Might be
bleeding a little bit. We'll see.
They're going to send him to the sideline. Looks like they bring in Dylan Jones to replace him.
I think L.A. had 5 defensive backs in on that play, so they'll send in the linebacker Jones. So the down remains 3rd down, but now it's 3rd and something very manageable from the 43, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, 3rd and about 5 or 6.
Yeah, long 5 yards here. 18 seconds left to play in a scoreless first quarter. And whistles blow before everybody gets down at the line of scrimmage. See what's going on with the men in stripes.
The far side line judge that blew the call, blew it dead, and now they're going to bring Atkinson back in.
And run Matthew Nowell out.
They're just trying to figure out what the yard line was on this at the 44. Or they're looking more like the 43.
Yeah, 43. 3rd and 5. Orbit motion to the backfield. Play action. Bennett looking, throwing deep up the field. He's going to throw it too far up ahead of Atkinson, but they're going to flag Rhett again for some holding or pass interference from the back. That will be a first down. I don't know.
I thought there was a hold along the line of scrimmage along Aiden Watkins. I don't see a flag back there, though, so I thought that one of the officials was calling it back, but it will be pass interference against Leake.
Back-to-back pass interference calls bail Starkville out of 3rd and 23. Give them a first down in LA territory at the 43-yard line. As we wind down the final moments of the Leake County Co-op first quarter. 1-by-3 set. Nicholas motions to the backfield. Handoff Nicholas, but he's met, dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Camden Marble, he came to make tackles and chew gum, and I think he forgot the gum.
All out of bubble gum.
Tackles him back at the 35. That'll end the quarter. 1 quarter, scoreless game. Back after this with the start of the second as Leake Academy football continues.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
The poultry people at Ozark Ag and Carthage are your poultry house headquarters when it comes to your building and equipment. Whether you're retrofitting an existing farm or maybe you're building one from scratch, no pun intended, Ozark Ag has the parts and equipment you'll need to rule the roost. Plus, they also carry a large assortment of hardware materials for contractors in the area. So, visit Ozark Ag today. You'll find them located at 610 Highway 16 West, right there where Farmer Joiner's Building Supply used to be. Ozark Ag and Carthage. They're the poultry people here in central Mississippi.
Boswell Media Sports.
Let's start the second quarter, presented by Welch Forest Products from J.E. Logan Field in Starkville. Scoreless first quarter in this first round 5A state playoff game. 2nd and 12 for the Vols from the left hash at the Rebel 45. Keeper up the middle. Hit by a hard hit there by Jared Sims on Bennett. He gets the lost yardage back and then maybe one more, and that'll leave him in 3rd and 9.
Got some stats for you after that first quarter of play. 59 total yards for the Volunteers to just 17 for the Rebels, and all but 2 of those yards for Starkville came on the ground, and the Rebels don't have any through the air.
2 wide receivers to each side. H-back on the right for junior quarterback Briggs Bennett. Rebels showing pressure from the outside. They'll bring 5. Throwing under pressure. Pass bobbled. Caught at the 34-yard line. That's going to leave him about a yard short of the first down. Good job by Nicholas to keep the ball in front of him.
Yeah, I thought he was not going to be able to hold that one in, but he controlled it going to the ground and bring up a 4th and short.
Bishop Harden was there to make the stop. 4th down and 1. No doubt they're going to go for it. Home crowd making a little noise as the team gets to the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to keep it on the ground here, 4th and 1, but flag. Linesman on the near side getting the hanky out.
It's a sideline warning against Starkville Academy. I don't know what this could be. Illegal procedure.
And I think maybe Williams was not in position. Coach Chase Nicholson coming up wanting an explanation.
You know, what's odd about that is you think you might be too many men on the line of scrimmage or, not enough men, something along those lines, but they didn't snap the ball yet.
Yeah.
And nobody was ever really set. So, I mean, Leake will take it, and now they're going to punt.
Punt team will come out as the line of scrimmage moves back to the 39. So Jackson Walters will punt for the 2nd time tonight and try to pin the Rebels deep. The Rebels have not put anything together offensively tonight in this scoreless ball game. Punting from inside the 50. He drops a nice high kick. It'll hit inside the 5. It'll bounce toward the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Rebels will get it at the 20. Scoreless ball game. We've got John Alden Crosby right up above us on the action cam, and we've got Billy Steen as our studio producer tonight. Breck Riley sitting in for Jonathan Fitzhugh, and here I am again. Thanks for listening.
Call that the penthouse up there? The Widow's Peak? Something like that?
Drop the cable down to us in the press box here at Starkville Academy. Rebels with Whit Welch at quarterback, 4 wide receivers. He's going to take a snap, run up the middle, get some space, get across the 25, and get 7 to the 27 before he's put to the ground by T.J. Edmonds.
Good looking run there by Welch, and so far what you're seeing, I think, when the little that Leake has had the ball, they're definitely the more physical of the 2 football teams tonight.
Line up, same formation. McDonald is an H-back to the left. Same play. First down, 35, 40, 45, cutting inside into Volunteer territory and then lowering the shoulder to collide with a safety down to the 42, maybe the 41-yard line. 41's going to be the line. Biggest offensive play of the night and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down for L.A.
Yeah, nothing fancy right there. Just Welch keeping it and showing you what he can do with his legs.
They'll get to the line quickly. Same formation. Same play. Up the middle. The Diesel pushes ahead to the 37 and picks up 4 yards before a lot of blue shirts got in on him. We'll credit Caleb Prather with the tackle along with Beckett Leslie. 2nd and 6. 4-man front, 3 linebackers. They bring a safety down. Now Welch is going to take the snap, look to throw. Looking for Atkinson. There was contact there at the 5-yard line and no flag.
Yeah, no, that if they called the pass interference on Atkinson before that, there's definitely as much contact on that play as it was on the ones that Atkinson was called for.
Camp Overstreet, the linebacker, just bumped Atkinson out of the way while he was going up looking for the ball. I don't understand. 3rd and 6. LA will move Watkins over as an H-back to the left and have 2 men split to that far side of the field as the Rebels move right to left. Now timeout. Carthage Veterinary Clinic presents timeouts. That one's an official timeout, not a team timeout. They're resetting the play clock. Rebels need 6 to move the chains. High snap, keeping it around the left side. Welch with a head of steam gets grabbed around the head and pulled down, but around the shoulders at least, short of the first down. He needed 6, and he got about 4.5.
That's a 4th down and probably a full yard.
Yep, full yard. Yeah, they move it a little closer. 4th and 1, 8:28, clock ticking in the Welch Forest Products second quarter. Rebels need 1 to keep the series going. Got a big set here. Some big blockers. On the right side, they go heavy set, running straight ahead, plunging to the 30, getting the first down is Welch. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, 1st and 10.
Yep, that time you just follow the big boys, and Welch is a big boy himself, so he's able to fall forward to get a couple extra.
Owen Hitt was in there, along with Bryce Watkins and Grayson McDonald, and the big tight ends, Watkins and Jackson, and they just put a hat on a hat and pushed the Vols back. Under 8 minutes to play in the quarter. Scoreless ball game. Rebels on their first good march of the night. 1st and 10 from the 30. This time, keeper by Atkinson, and the ball's loose on the ground. People fighting for it. He got rocked about the 28-yard line, but the Leake Academy Rebels will stay with it, and Colton Burns, the big left tackle, was the one who recovered it.
Yeah, Atkinson took a shot right there. He broke off a tackle, and when he turned, he was trying to roll off, and when he rolled off, somebody just blindsided him, and that's what jarred the ball loose.
Play nets a yard, 2nd and 9 at the 29. Atkinson now in at quarterback. Welch will set to his left. Shotgun formation, 2 H-backs. Handoff goes to Welch. He's going to go straight ahead. Has room. 20, 10, 5. Clip down inside the 5. No, he's in. That's 6 for the Rebels. Touchdown for Leake.
Yeah, we got a Rebel down behind, one of those linemen's down, but a great job there by Welch. All he did was just follow the blocker right up the middle. I think it was Aiden Watkins that he was following, and just opened the hole like the Red Sea parted, and Welch able to find his way in for the score.
Leake center Grant Barnes is down right along the 28-yard line. That touchdown presented by QC Supply covered 29 yards for LA. So before we get an extra point attempt here in this first quarter with 6:55 to go before halftime, the Rebels get on the scoreboard first, but we have play stop for an injured Rebel. Hold things right here, but Welch took the handoff from Atkinson, went straight up the middle. 29 yards for 6, got clipped down right at the painted line. Now they get Barnes up on his feet. And he's going to walk on his own. Walking back, that's a very good sign. And Welch getting some pats on the back from his teammates. So now Matthew Nowell will attempt the extra point.
Yeah, you see what the Rebels did there. When you bring in Atkinson, Starkville's probably thinking, well, I don't know, is he going to run? Is he going to throw? And the result was the same. Welch just still runs the ball, but you have to account for Atkinson in that scenario.
Ben Jackson ready to snap, Seth Martin ready to hold. I don't think the Rebels have everybody out there who needs to be out there.
Play clock hasn't even, one in the south end zone hasn't even started.
Yeah, same for the north that I can see. Jake Adams was the one who they need to bring in on the end. Now they're ready to kick the point after. High snap, hold down, kick is up, it's away, and it's good. 6:55 to go, second quarter. Leake Academy 7, Starkville nothing. Leake Academy football continues after this.
Performance Therapy wants to help educate you on specialty therapies that could give you relief in just a few visits. Dry needling is a technique using dry needles without medication. They're inserted through the skin into areas of the muscle. It improves pain control and reduces muscle tension. They also offer aquatic therapy in Carthage. This can increase your flexibility, strength, and stamina while alleviating pain and speeding your recovery time. Performance Therapy. Comprehensive care. Hands-on treatment. Proven results. Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, and Pelahatchie.
Moore's Pharmacy always looks forward to seeing their customers, and they provide 4 locations for you: Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. They also provide services to make your life easier, such as the flavored medicine machine for your children, Pack My Meds, hormone replacement therapy, and compounding. They also take most insurances. Moore's Pharmacy, Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. Always the shortest wait time, fastest service, and lowest prices because they will price match for you. Follow them on Facebook. Moore's Pharmacy, your family hometown pharmacy.
Boswell Media Sports.
Short kick taken at the 31 on a fair catch. That's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. LA goes 80 yards in 8 plays, 29-yard run up the middle from Whit Welch. That's his 13th touchdown of his 2022 season. Nowell's kick made it 7-0, 6:55 to go. That's a performance therapy reset.
Yeah, now if you're a Leake Academy, you keep doing your defense, keep doing what it's been doing.
2 running backs. First time we've seen this set. Different quarterback. That's McKenzie. He's going to run into trouble, get taken down for a loss. Aiden Watkins and Jared Sims, and guess who? Camden Marble.
Yeah, all this white jerseys all around the ball right there. You mentioned a new quarterback in the game, a little wrinkle, and it needed a bigger iron than what they had with that wrinkle.
Kind of slender sophomore Luke McKenzie. He comes back to the sideline and Bennett back in. They used McKenzie effectively in that game in Madden in week 3 that the Volunteers won handily. 4 wide outs. Bennett will keep. Come around left side. Got a couple of blocks. Jared Sims slows him up, and the Rebels swarm around him again. Watkins and Marble making the stop. They credit him with a gain of a yard to the 35. That was a mighty generous spot.
Oh, yeah, very generous. This gave him forward progress.
Plus a yard.
Yeah.
2-by-2 receivers to each side. 3rd and 9. Rebels have 3 down linemen. Pressure coming from the edge. They'll rush 4. Bennett to throw. Off the hands of Williams at the 45. Incomplete. Brantley in coverage. Did a good job on the talented receiver Williams, and it'll be 3 and out for the Vol offense.
Yeah, big stand right there for the Leake Academy Rebels defense, just swarming to the ball in those first few plays.
Walters sets to punt. Charlie Brantley, who was one of last week's in-sports players of the game for his return yardage last week, stands at the 33. Comes in on one hop, and he put his knee down to get that low punt. That happened to Leake last week. And now it happens to the Vols, and it will be Rebel ball inside the 25.
Yeah, the Rebels had a little bit of a safe zone return right there. And I don't know if they were thinking maybe some trickery going on, but as you mentioned, it was a low snap, skirted along the ground, and the punter, that's Jackson Walters, just went down, and he knew it right when he got up. He tried to play it off, but the officials saw it, and it goes back to the
Leake at the 20s. Yeah, the 23. Yeah,
is that considered a loss of rushing?
That's a team rushing loss. Yeah,
that's what I thought.
4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Atkinson taking the snaps now. Keeper, he kind of stumbles forward, will lean ahead to the 20 and get stopped there after a gain of 3. Linebacker T.J. Edmonds made sure he didn't regain his balance, just kind of pushed him down to the ground. Pickup of 3. 3.5. 5:14 to go. Rebels 7, Vols nothing. Ball sitting square on the 20-yard line stripe. 2 H-backs. Welch, the running back, to the left. Welch gets the call. Nearly broke through to the second level again. Gets tripped up short of the 15. And that's going to be 3rd down and 2 now for L.A. as he picks up 4. Rebels make their first visit tonight to the David Barham Insurance Red Zone.
Well, you're just running behind big Aiden Watkins. It says 6'2", 200. He might have been 200 in the 7th grade.
3rd and about 1.5, 2 yards. Can Welch get it? He goes into the pile, pushes forward. He's going to be a little short. Right at the 15.
If he even got a yard.
Yeah, maybe a yard on the play. They'll move the stick a little closer to the marker. So now 4th down. Now the stick moves back. So it is, as Breck said, about 1.5 yards.
They got to get across the 15.
Home crowd imploring the defense to make a stand here in the red zone. Atkinson, hard count. 9 men up in the box. Now Atkinson and his crew will prairie dog back to the far sideline and look Coach Corey Burns.
Good thing we're in a timeout.
Yeah, about to see Coach Pickens going to let the play clock wind down. Timeout, we'll take it with him. The Rebels up 7-0.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
Smith & Smith is the longest-standing law firm in Leake County. They're proud to support Leake Academy and all area football teams this year. Winning means you're willing to go longer, work harder, and give more than anyone else. Smith & Smith Law Firm has worked hard for years, and it's paid off. So will your work, young men. Smith & Smith is here to help you survive criminal and family law. Smith & Smith, 207 Water Street, Carthage, or at jestmith.law, jestmith.law, or call 601-267-5611.
Boswell Media Sports.
4th and 1 for the Rebels. Direct snap to Welch, and he will power ahead across the 15. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, 1st down for Leake.
It's that old school, what I call that single wing Pop Warner football. You just get a whole bunch of guys off the right side and run it.
And Brett, good to see 74. Grant Barnes back out there at center. He got injured on the Whit Welch touchdown run, but he has been back in there on this drive. Under 3.5 minutes to play, 1st and 10. Ball at the 12. Welch at quarterback, hands to Bryce Watkins. He's going to get loose, get to the 5, and get kind of shoestring down along the 5. There's a little bit of bumping and shoving going on after the play, but the officials step in between a couple of players to end that. Gain of 5 on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 7. 3 minutes to play in the Welch Forest Products second quarter.
The Rebels can get a 1st down.
Yes.
Line to gain is around about the 3 yard line.
They'll split 2 men out, 1 to each side, very wide. Put McDonald as an H-back on the left. Watkins on the right. Keeper from Welch. He's going to lower his head, get his legs taken out from under him after a short gain. He's going to be close to the 1st down. It'll be a little more perhaps than I thought. Maybe the 3. Leave 3rd and 1. Now marker's upside down right now.
Yeah, I think they're eyeballing it. They might have to come measure.
And they're going to say he's short. 3rd and
inches
from the 3. The big set in there. Now Owen will split out. Owen hit to the right. 3 men in the backfield. And now flag.
That's going to be against Leake.
Yes. They'll call an illegal procedure. I did not see who moved. It was before the snap.
All I saw was one of those Starkville volunteer linemen point right in front of him. So he must have seen whoever it was flinch.
Well, that changes the complexion now. 3rd and 5+. Clock ticking. 1:50 to play before halftime. At the Wendy's halftime, we'll have an interview with Swaggy P, Miriam Prince, the Lady Rebel basketball team. Atkinson at quarterback. Welch to his left. Handoff to Welch, but things stack up in front of him, and he won't get much of anything.
I'll give him a yard.
4th down and about 4. Now timeout, Leake. We'll take it with them. We'll be back with the Rebels up 7-0.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
4th down and 4 for the Leake offense inside the 10. They're at the 6-yard line, and the offense coming out. There will not be a field goal attempt. 1:23 to play before the intermission. On the left hash, Brown split out to the left. Atkinson in the slot to the right, along with Watkins split wide. Welch at quarterback. Bryce Watkins, the running back. Receiver in motion. Rolling out. Welch to the right. Looking, throwing. He's got Jake Brown, and he's caught it. Touchdown. That's 6 for the Rebels. Right before halftime. Splendid throw from Welch. Right on the money to Brown into the boundary.
Yeah, how about a good time to complete your first pass of the ball game?
That's called efficiency, my friend.
Yeah, and right there, what Welch has done with his legs all night has been it's still in the mind of Starkville's defense, because they're following him, thinking he could pull it down and run it. And then you also had 2 guys on the other side. You had Brown and I think Atkinson open on the second level behind him.
That was a QC Supply touchdown. Here's the extra point. It's going to be good. 2 for 2 is Nowell, and it's 14-0 Rebels with 1:17 to go in the second quarter. Back after this with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff.
Did you know that shapes have sounds? This is the sound of a square, because it's Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef served up on those hot and juicy hamburgers. And this is the sound of a circle. Not the Arctic Circle, but a circle of frozen beef that's flash frozen somewhere else. And this is the sound of a triangle. Anyway, when you want hot and juicy hamburgers, go for the square at Wendy's. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers.
Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Dr. Craig Martin, family and staff are proud supporters of Leake Academy football. Good luck this season.
Today, I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can accomplish what others can't.
Dr. Martin and his professional staff look forward to serving you in general dentistry. Dr. Craig Martin, General Dentistry and Facial Aesthetics, 1001 East Main Street, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. Sky kick, going to angle out of bounds left side along the 35 off the toe of Nowell. 14-0 Leake, a 9-play, 24-yard drive after the low kick got or the low snap back to the punter, Walters. He put a knee down to get it, and that gave it over to the Rebels. They cashed in the short field opportunity. That's a performance therapy reset.
Those are things you have to do in the playoffs. When your opponent makes a mistake like that, you have to get points on the board. And that's exactly what Leake did.
6-yard, 4th down pass from Welch to Jake Brown. Getting word that beloved University of Georgia head football coach Vince Dooley has died. Ball at the 35-yard line for the Vols with 1:17 to play before halftime, and the Rebels leading 14-0. 1-by-3 set. Bennett fakes the pass, going around the right side. He can't get to the corner because Jared Sims says not tonight.
They actually give him half a yard.
Call it 2nd and 9. They'll get to the line quickly. Just 63 seconds on a ticking clock. Empty backfield. Bennett wants to throw. Got pressure coming from the outside. He goes to his left, throws off the back foot, and it's nearly intercepted by Jake Brown at the 40. He nearly got in front of Bice to take that one away, but it's incomplete.
We got a flag on the field back behind the play. It's either going to be a hold or it might be illegal hands to the face against Leake because one of the Starkville helmets came off, but he's coming off the field.
He's coming off the field.
So, yeah, it's probably going to be a hold.
I don't think that's going to be a penalty.
Yeah,
because if it's a penalty, he doesn't have to
stay
leave
on the field.
It is going to be against Leake, however. Personal foul against the Rebels.
It's got to be the hands in the face.
And if it is, 74
they called him back
be
on
able
the field.
to come back. Yeah, they told him he could
come back out on the field. Yeah.
So move the line of scrimmage up almost to midfield, a step short of the midfield stripe. Call it 1st and 10 from midfield. 51 seconds, and Coach Chase Nicholson wants timeout. And he had too many guys on the field. But the Rebel fans did not see the timeout indication, and they're screaming bloody murder. There were too many guys on the field. Coach Josh Ray protesting on the other side. Well, with all that, we'll step aside and take the short break and come back with the Rebels up 14-0.
Baptist Leake Primary Care Clinic understands that pediatric care is much more than treating a sick child. Anya Jones, certified pediatric nurse practitioner, wants to keep your child healthy and active by offering a complete list of pediatric care to infants, children, and young adults. Appointments and walk-ins are welcome. Saturday appointments are available. Call 601-267-1470, option 5. Baptist Leake, making your health care our #1 priority.
Boswell Media Sports.
51 seconds to play before halftime. Starkville ball, 1st and 10 at the 50. Rebels with 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. 4 wide out formation. Bennett, quick throw left side, incomplete, intended for Bice. A little quick out from the slot man, incomplete. Marble in coverage.
And that time, Bennett rushed himself just a little bit, but that's because of this Leake Academy defense has been pounding him in for most of the second quarter.
Bennett moves that left foot or left leg before the ball comes back almost every snap. 2 wide receivers split to each side, 2nd and 10. Pressure coming from the outside. Dylan Jones chases him forward. Rebels get around him and thrown down hard by Aiden Watkins is Bennett after a gain of 3, maybe 4. 3rd and 6 coming up, but boy, that was a physical tackle from Watkins.
Yeah, it was sort of a combination there. I think it was Sims, and Bennett's going to go down injured along the SA logo. I think it was Sims. Somebody had him around the jersey.
Yeah, had him up high around the shoulder at the jersey. That was Aiden Watkins.
That slowed him down enough.
That was Sims.
Somebody to come in and lay the hammer to him.
The junior quarterback on his back on the orange SA logo painted in the middle of the field, and of course that's going to bring the home crowd to point of silence. Things have stopped here with 26 seconds to go and Leake leading 14-0. They'll lift Bennett up now to a standing position. He's going to walk on his own, come to the near sideline. The trainer and Coach Chase Nicholson. So he's seems to be walking in a straight line. That's good. That was a kind of sort of tackle where you wonder if maybe He is seeing some stars. Maybe, I'm not going to diagnose a concussion from here or anything, but it was a hard hit. Brings in Luke McKenzie at quarterback. He has experience. He's going to be back to throw. Got lots of time. Throwing it deep downfield for Williams, and it's broken up by Bishop Harden at the 15. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up. 14 seconds to play in the Welch Forest Products second quarter.
Good job there by Harden. It was a little bit underthrown, and sometimes those underthrown balls can wreak havoc against the defense, but he turned around, found the ball, and jumped right when the ball got there, tipped it away.
4th and 5. Here's another attempt to convert a fourth down. Empty set with McKenzie, the quarterback. Lanky sophomore wants to throw. Pressure coming from the outside. Finds Williams complete at the 37, and he'll lean his head forward, slide down to the 33, and pick up the first down. Jake Brown making the tackle.
And that time, Williams
just 6 seconds. They'll need to run a play quickly. Here comes Jones off the edge, chasing McKenzie, and he throws it toward a receiver at the 30. He gets knocked away by Jake Brown as the clock hits 0, and that will end the half.
Yeah, good stand there by the Rebel defense to close it out and preserve the shutout. A couple of those Rebels come up a little bit, hobbled after the physical play there, but they're going to take a 14-point lead into the halftime.
Rebels 14, Volunteers nothing. We've played 24 minutes of football. This is survive or go home.
That's
this
right.
is win or your season's over, and the Rebels have a 2-touchdown lead as the teams head to the locker room at J.E. Logan Field in Starkville. We're going to start the Wendy's halftime when we come back from this break, and the first part of Wendy's halftime is going to be an interview with Miriam Prince, senior guard on the L.A. Rebels basketball team. So you've got that to look forward to, and then Breck and I will talk about the first half. We'll see what scores we can drag out of the Twitter machine and get you set for the second half. Leake 14, Starkville nothing at the half. We'll be back after this as Leake Academy football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
When it comes to the health and well-being of your four-legged family members, you need to trust veterinary experience that you'll find with Dr. Ryan Anderson and Dr. Steve Green at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic is a full-service animal hospital that specializes in both routine and emergency procedures such as medical, surgical, dental, and grooming. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic conveniently located at 900 Highway 35 South in Carthage.
Visit them online at centralmississippianimalclinic.com.
Attention, deer slayers. We are talking to you. Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, scents, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there. Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
Did you know most people overpay by up?
When it comes to the health and well-being of your four-legged family members, you need to trust
fertilizer today. They have the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber. County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplements. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Southerner Soul is the place where you slide your feet under the table and feel right at home. That's because their Southern home-style cooking really is just like being at Grandma's. Tuesday through Sunday, the fine folks at Southerner Soul will serve you your choice of a delicious plate lunch in a nice family atmosphere. For the salad lovers, they have a fresh salad bar with all the fixins. It's Southerner soul, just like Grandma used to make it. Highway 16, Carthage.
Total Pain Care is pleased to announce the addition of a full-time pain management clinic in Philadelphia. This location allows Dr. Pearson and Dr. Martin, along with Sam Kratzer, nurse practitioner, to better serve Neshoba County and surrounding areas. Our mission has always been to reduce suffering, increase function, and promote independence for our patients. For more information, visit our website at totalpaincare.org and call us today. We are located in the Medical Arts Clinic in front of Neshoba General Hospital. Total Pain Care, better quality of life, closer to home.
Your kid's graduation, we were there. Your summer barbecue, we were there. That Christmas you burnt the turkey. Yep, we were there. 2 hours after the storm hit, you bet we were there. At South Group Cox Agency, we provide the coverage you can count on when you don't need us, and those times that you do. Coverage that's always there. South Group Cox Agency.
With the summer coming to an end, QC Supply rules the roost when it comes to parts and equipment you'll need to be ready for the months ahead. From brooders to chick feed trays, you'll find it all at QC Supply. And trust me, no one knows the importance of being part of a great team better than QC Supply, which is why their team supports local athletics the way they do. Good luck to all on the upcoming season, and when you want to score big on equipment, parts, and service, visit their location at 2633 Highway 35 South in Forest.
Boswell.
And we've got a special interview set up with Leake Academy senior Miriam Prince, of course, one of the senior leaders of the LA Lady Rebels basketball team, back-to-back defending state champions and overall champions year before last, overall runners-up last year, and she's joining us at her home in Philadelphia. Thanks for giving us a few minutes.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Well, hey, basketball season's just underway, and you've had an off season with some unexpected twists and turns, haven't you? Tell us a little bit about your off season.
Well, I started off this season with what I told people was shin splints, and I genuinely thought it was shin splints. So sitting out of a lot of summer things and, still going and watching my team, that was tough, but I still wanted to be there for my team. And then I actually did get to compete in Jackson Academy, like the summer games, and we were playing one team, and I was just awful. Like, my movements were bad. I was like, okay, something more serious is going on than shin splints. So we went and got it checked out, and they were like, your tibia is broken, and we're going to have surgery in a week. So I really did not expect that, but I did have surgery on July 14th, and the recovery was about 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay, so you've had to work hard as the summer ended and fall started to get back into playing shape, haven't you?
Right, yes, sir. It's taken a lot
good.
of therapy.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the big picture. You've got your senior year in front of you, and part of this class that has won 3 state championships and had just tremendous success. Y'all have been a great joy to watch together on the court. And I know you can speak primarily for yourself, but also thinking about your senior class teammates. How do things feel? What's the mindset going into this senior year basketball season?
I think we are all just really focused on having fun. I mean, it's our last year. We have the same team as last year, and I think the main goal is to go bring that gold ball back to Madden.
What do you think what are a couple of areas that you've been working on improving in your own skill set for this senior season?
I've been working on just polishing my mid-range and working on threes off the bounce and a lot of shots off cuts. That's what we worked on as a team.
What's been one of the biggest challenges that you've faced in your just thinking about your high school career as a whole? That now you feel like, wow, if I had
if I had known this or, had these skills as a freshman, this would have been a lot easier.
I think that if I would have started like lifting weights at an earlier age and just improving my physicality, now I'm a really physical player. I take a lot of hits, go through a lot of contact, and I really wish I could have told freshman me to pick up a dumbbell.
Yeah.
Because I look back on those films and I'm like, well, she needs to get in the gym.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you can't go back and replay the past, but it's good to think about progress you've made and lessons learned. What's something that fans might see in this year's Rebel basketball squad that might be a little bit surprising?
Well, for one, we got new uniforms, so we're going to be looking really fresh in our new white uniforms.
Oh, yeah. Y'all going to rip this season at the Joe F. Shepherd Gym.
That is right. And then I think we got some, and I can't reveal too many secrets, but I think we got some exciting offense coming, some exciting offense on the way. Some that we made.
Good. That's good to hear. This is something I asked Coach Hatch when she interviewed, or when I interviewed her last week at halftime. I'll ask you, what are some of your observations and thoughts about the younger players on the squad, this group that's coming up and is going to replace you and the senior class a year from now?
I think that the future is in really good hands. A lot of the girls train at the Arc. Shout out to the Arc. So whenever either I'm up there or I get to watch them practice, and they work really hard. I think there's a lot of young players with potential who are working hard, and I think that we got some more state championship and overall teams on the way, even after this senior class leaves.
I told Coach Hatch last week that my message to people who say that they're concerned about what will happen a year from now is twofold. One, I tell them, first of all, enjoy this year. Then second, remember those younger players are playing against this senior class and these veteran players on this team. So that's good for them.
Right. Yes, sir.
Well, let's wrap it up with this. I'm going to sort of do an open mic kind of question for you. What's something you want to tell Rebel fans who are listening and watching tonight's broadcast about this basketball season? What do you want to tell them?
Hey, you don't got to tell the Mad Mafia anything. They always show up and they show out, and I just can't wait for this season. It's going to be a good one, and hopefully we're going to bring back that gold ball for y'all.
Okay, then the last question I ask every guest, since Wendy's is our halftime sponsor, do you have a go-to order when you go to Wendy's?
Oh, yes, for sure. My teammate Red, she got me hooked on the strawberry lemonade, and I also love a good side of the bacon and cheese fries.
Yes, you can't go wrong with the bacon and cheese fries. That little extra upcharge is worth it, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, shout out to Red. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the Lady Rebels. And I hope you have a great season. We look forward to following y'all throughout the year and seeing where this season takes us. Thanks for being on this interview segment at Wendy's Halftime.
Thank you.
Tired of being tired
of guard
Laundry.
For the L.A. Lady Rebels joining us. And
Hey.
Hey, Miriam. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Tired of being tired of laundry?
Let me tell you about the laundry lifesavers, Gibson Cleaners. Yes, I'm probably talking to you females out there because let's be honest, y'all are the ones getting stuck with the dirty laundry. Should I say it again? Gibson Cleaners, your laundry lifesaver. Just drop it off on your way to work, have a great day, and pick it up on your way home. Now prop up your feet and relax. Thanks to Gibson Cleaners, your official laundry lifesaver for life.
446 Beacon Street in Philadelphia.
He's headed to the end zone. Touchdown!
The Junction and Prince Oil Fuel Champions. As you travel to the game, shop and fuel with people who are invested in your community. 60 years of fueling Central Mississippi and champions like Leake Academy. Locations are all over Mississippi. Carthage, Philadelphia, Oxford, Ridgeland, Scuba, Louisville, Newton, and Union. They also do catering.
So be sure to put some Junction in your next function.
It's the Junction and Prince Oil.
Dear. Now he answers me. Yep, it's that time of year all you fellas have been waiting on, so come on over to Leake County Co-op. They have everything you need for hunting season, from food plot mixes to shooting houses. When I say everything, I mean it. They carry work and camo clothing, fertilizer, ryegrass, wheat and oats, moultrie and online feeders, ladder stands, deer attractants, ground blinds, and deer cameras. Now that you know a few things they've stocked up on just for you, make sure you visit them. Leake County Co-op, Highway 16, Carthage. I wonder if they have a call that'll make him do the dishes.
With the summer coming to an end, QC Supply rules the roost when it comes to parts and equipment you'll need to be ready for the months ahead. From brooders to chick feed trays, you'll find it all at QC Supply. And trust me, no one knows the importance of being part of a great team better than QC Supply, which is why their team supports local athletics the way they do. Good luck to all on the upcoming season, and when you want to score big on equipment, parts, and service, visit their location at 2633 Highway 35 South in Forest.
Boswell Media Sports.
Wendy's halftime continues from Starkville. Rebels 14, Starkville Academy nothing in this first round. 7 seed versus 10 seed. The Rebels, the visiting team tonight, they're the 10 seed, but they lead by 2 scores. Breck's going to be on with us in just a minute to talk about this first half and some of the stats. Let's give you a few scores, and we've had some success. Appreciate Bryce Chapman, new friend I made in the last 15 minutes. It's via Twitter, and he's the voice of the Capaya Colonels, and he's listening to the broadcast tonight. Bryce, thanks for listening. Thanks for shuffling some scores our way. Here's some that he's given to us. Silliman leading Pillow at the half in an 8-9 game, 21-14. That game's at Greenwood. Oak Forest up big over Bio at half, 28-0. Second quarter score, Lamar continuing to play well. They're leading St. Joe 24-14. That's a second quarter score. Early second quarter score, MRA 14, Hartfield 7. And Tri-County in the second quarter up big on Indianola in a first-round playoff game, 28-0. That MRA Hartfield score is a regular season score as they, those guys in 6A, finish out their regular season tonight and start the playoffs next week. We'll bring in our guest analyst tonight, Breck Riley, and then we'll give you a few more scores before our halftime is over here from Starkville. But scoreless first quarter, Breck, and then the Rebels got one drive together and got a short field in front of them, put 2 touchdowns on the scoreboard.
Yeah, as you mentioned about the first quarter, it was scoreless. As we look at it, neither team able to get on the board, and Leake really didn't have the ball that much, just 17 plays. They went 3 and out in their opening drive, and then their second drive got 1 first down, and then were forced to punt. So that's 17 plays, and 9 plays for 17 yards. And on the other side of the ball, Starkville Academy, they were 3 and out on their first possession, and then another 3 and out on their, they drove the play, drove down a little bit, picked up a couple of first downs on 8 plays, got 16 yards, and then to close the first quarter, it was a long drive, 8 plays, and they ended the first quarter, and then there were 3 plays into the second quarter when the Rebels forced them to punt. And then after that is when Leake went to work. The punt landed in the end zone, and then Leake goes 80 yards in, in 8 plays?
Yeah, 8 plays.
8 plays.
I've got it.
Yeah, 80 yards in 8 plays, and capped it off with a 29-yard Whit Welch quarterback keeper right up the no, he wasn't the quarterback.
Yeah, he took a handoff.
It was a handoff. Yeah, Atkinson has come in at quarterback, took the handoff, 29 yards for the score. On the ensuing ensuing drive, it went not even 3 and out for the Starkville Academy Volunteers as they were backed up on their own 35 to punt. And on the punt, a low snap. Punter goes down to pick it up. Knee hits the ground. Ends up being a loss of 9. Gives the Rebels the ball at the Starkville Academy 24-yard line. Then the Rebels march it 24 yards in 9 plays. That was capped off by a 7-yard touchdown pass from Whit Welch to, was it Jake Brown?
Yes.
And
4th down play.
Yeah, 4th down. And then after that, Starkville Academy had one opportunity, able to move it a little bit. They were aided on the drive by a 15-yard hands-to-the-face penalty by Leake Academy. They're at midfield and got one play to the 33-yard line on a pass, and after that there was an incompletion to end the half, and that's where we sit at the end of the first half, 14-0. When you want to look at some stats for the Starkville Academy Volunteers, they have 90 total yards, 69 rush, 21 passing, and that is on 33 plays. If you look at Leake Academy, 121 total yards, and all but 7 of them came on the ground, 114 rushing, 7 passing, and that is on, I have them with 25 total plays. And how about this? Whit Welch with 102 yards on the ground, and obviously 7 through the air, 109 total yards. Not bad for 90% of your offense to come from Whit Welch.
Yep, it's been a diesel-powered attack in the first half with Whit Welch, and you can certainly say defensive first half. Defenses have had the upper hand throughout this game. Neither team surpassing that 200 yards in total offense in the first half. The Rebels have managed more or less to stay out of getting behind and down in distance, behind in the chains, as coaches like to say, and that's been an important part of the Rebel attack. They've had a couple of long rushing plays that have helped them get these 2 touchdowns, or the first touchdown on the board, and then took advantage of a short field. Couple of other things let's point out. We're trying to see if the officials are going to add a little more time. It doesn't look like they are. So we were going to talk about realignment in 5A if the halftime got extended, and it looks like it's not going to be extended. Oh, now it is. So we do have a moment to talk about it. They've just they have just come up and with the announcement a couple of days ago of realignment for starting next fall. No change for Leake. They'll stay in 5A, stay in District 2, but Madison St. Joe is moving up to 6A. Park Lane moving down from 6A to 5A. Park Place is going to play 5A in all sports, but play 8-man football. So they'll drop out of that. And then Brookhaven Academy and ACCS are moving into 5A from 4A. Then one more I'll mention, Central Hines and Washington School are dropping from 5A to 4A. So that's going to leave the Rebels, when the dust all settles, it's going to bring Copiah Academy into District 2.
Woo. Woo.
Indeed. The Colonels are going to move into District 2 along with East Rankin, Lamar, Simpson, and the Rebels. So the rent just got higher in District 2 for football next year.
Business is about to pick up, as they like to say.
Yeah. Starkville's about to kick it off as we wind up Wendy's halftime and start the Gibson Cleaners third quarter.
Speaking of Wendy's, I'll give you my go-to Wendy's
Let's
order.
hear it, since we haven't had you on.
Got to get that spicy chicken. Number 6, baby. Number 6, spicy chicken with a medium sweet tea. That's it right there.
You can pull up at Wendy's in Kosciuszko, Carthage, or Philadelphia and ask for the number 6 with a sweet tea, or just ask for the Breck Riley special.
Well, that or get them potato wedges they have for breakfast.
Now that's what I have. That's what I have advocated on this program earlier in the year is y'all got to get that breakfast and get those potato wedges with the breakfast. It's better than the French fries.
Get them all day. Like they should serve the wedges all day long.
Totally.
Maybe we'll make a call. I'll call Wendy. And come up with.
Volunteers, they're going to kick it off right to left. They're in blue helmets, blue jerseys with orange numerals trimmed in white, easy to read.
Most
white
of them
jerseys.
are in blue helmets.
That's right. The junior high guys in orange helmets are dressed out. They'll kick it very deep toward Bishop Hardin. He's going to pull it in at the 10, come up the numbers right side, cut into the inside, get to the 30, get pushed sideways along the 35 and driven to the grass there in front of the Volunteer bench. 35, maybe 36-yard line, the starting position for L.A., leading 14-0.
Well, you like to see that right there. Harden, right when the guys got close to him, the tacklers, 2 hands over the ball. True ball carrier right there, knowing how to cover it up.
Whit Welch at quarterback, Jake Brown at running back. Atkinson split wide left, Jackson wide right. The offensive line, Barnes at center, Walsworth and Sims at guard. And the tackles are Burns and Jenkins left and right. Also, Grayson McDonald as an H-back to the left. Chest high snap, handoff, Brown sweeping around left side. He's got the 40, breaks a tackle to the 50, into the far sideline, out along the 45-yard line, but whistles blow, and I think there's a flag.
Yeah, they're going to get Atkinson either on a comeback block or a hold or something. It happened along that far sideline over there, and I think it's going to be a pretty kind of call because Atkinson is over there running, and I thought he had his head inside the numbers, but that's on that far sideline, so push him back. The good news is it happened down the field, so it won't be a complete loss of 10 yards.
Score update, Lamar 24, St. Joe 20 at the half, so the Bruins have narrowed the gap on the Raiders. First down and 16. Keeper from Welch along the left hash, gets toward the numbers, gets back around the original line of scrimmage past the 35. It'll be second down and about 10 and a half. It'll be second and 10.
Yeah, it ended up being a first and about 16 as the block happened down the field from the line of scrimmage.
Wide receiver split wide to each side. Brown at the left hip of Welch. And the 2 H-backs in front. High snap, fake. Keeper by Welch. He bangs off a defender, pinballs his way up past the 40 to the 42. And we'll leave it with third and medium, third and about 4. 5 yards, call it 4. Pickup of 6 for Welch.
Yeah, good job there by Leake Academy, getting back into making it third and manageable after you get behind the sticks, something that they really haven't had happen.
Had a little video loss there. Get it back for you. 10 and a half minutes to play. Third and 4. Fake. Keeper around the right side. Welch cuts inside. Has the first down. Gets to the midfield stripe before being pulled down by Walker Montgomery. That's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic. First and 10 for the Rebels.
Well, you're running behind Big Carter Walsworth right there on the right side. And I think I could pick up maybe a first down running behind the big man. Put it down right at the 50. $14-0 our score. First and 10 from midfield. Under 10 minutes to play, third quarter. Handoff Brown, and he'll go down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. Montgomery knifed through and pulled down Brown. Yeah, that time the Volunteers were bringing pressure. The Rebels pulled Colton Burns around the right side, and there's too many bodies at the point of attack. We know Colton Burns he's a big guy, but even he can't block 3 Volunteers. But yeah, just a good defensive play call for the Volunteers.
First and 10. Second and 11 from the 49. 3 wide outs. Keeper around the left side on the direct snap and coming in from an angle and driving Welch down at the line of scrimmage is a Starkville defender. Looks like 24, Camp Overstreet.
Yeah, that time got up high. Welch is a guy who's got low center of gravity, and that time Overstreet just bear hugged him right around the midsection. He's going to go man-to-man with him right there. No gain.
Third and 11. Opening possession of the Gibson Cleaners, third quarter. Rebels with third and long. This has not been a great position for them the last couple of weeks. They've had trouble moving the ball through the air. 4 down linemen. They're going to run it with Brown. He's going to get to the 50, and that's it. Maybe not even that far before he's cut off before he tried to break it to the outside. Good pursuit by the Volunteers, and that will force the Rebels into a punt.
Yeah, now what you're seeing here at the halftime adjustments, Volunteers are just shooting a lot of guys, a lot of those linebackers coming in, knowing that the Rebels are probably going to keep running the ball. So they just bringing more guys than you can block. Rebels hadn't been able to adjust to it just yet.
Reese Atkinson back to punt. He stands at the 35. Pressure coming. He gets the kick away, and he gets hit hard. But punt lands at the 40 and takes a splendid bounce for the Rebels down inside the 10. And let's see the nature of the flag. If it's a personal foul, roughing the kicker.
Should be.
And it should be. It'll be 1st and 10.
You don't get much more rough than that. That was not a running into.
Referee coming to the midfield logo will indicate personal foul roughing the kicker. That's going to be via penalty, a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
Yeah, we told you they're just bringing a bunch of guys right there, and that time they had three Starkville Volunteers in the area, and two of them just got a little too close to the punter. Be a huge pickup for the Rebels.
Walk the ball to the 36 in Starkville territory. Leake trying to add to a 14-0 lead. Clock stopped with 7:39 to play in the Gibson Cleaners third quarter. Jackson split wide to the right, and Atkinson out wide past the numbers to the left. Now Bryce Watkins in at running back. Welch hands it to Watkins. He'll sweep around the left side, but he won't get far. He'll get about a yard, and that's it before he gets slung out of bounds on the far side. Give credit to Jackson Walters for finishing off the play.
I don't think Watkins ever went down. Kind of shifty there, spinning off some tackles. They end up running him out of bounds right around the line of scrimmage. I thought that he got past it, but they don't move the down marker any.
2nd and 10. Starkville putting 8, 9 men in the box. Yeah, they've got 8. Now bringing up the safety. They got bringing up 9, shooting up the middle. Back to throw is Welch. Releases it. Wobbler caught at the 25 by Aiden Watkins. He's going to turn to the boundary, get a couple of extra yards inside the 24, and that's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and 10.
Yeah, there you saw the delayed blitz. One of those linebackers. It might even have been a safety, but the Rebels doing what they wanted to do there. They run, catch the defense, and then hit them over the top.
Yep, that can open up the running game again. Got to keep them honest. Good throw from Welch. Catch by leading receiver Aiden Watkins. McDonald and Watkins as H-backs. Brown back in the game at running back. He'll take the handoff on first down. Nothing to the inside. Breaks outside. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet. Down toward the 15 before he's taken off his sticks. And that's going to be another Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and 10 on some fine running by Jake Brown. What can he do for you? He can get you 1st and 10.
Yeah, had to, the tilt there in pinball. That's all he's doing. He's just pinballing off of everybody and banging around back there, staying on his feet.
Line of scrimmage, the 14. That's a trip to the David Barham Insurance Red Zone. Left hash, 14-yard line. 1st and 10, Rebels, under 6.5 to play in the quarter. They are taking precious time off the clock. Welch looks at a 4-man front. 4-4 alignment. Will keep it himself, go off the left side, and get close to the 10 before he is stacked up. Gets 3 on the play, maybe 4 just outside the 10. 2nd and 7.
A little confusion there. It looked like it might have been a keeper all the way, but I think Brown was thinking he was a lead blocker, and Welch kind of held it out like it was going to be a fake.
Harrison Reagan and Caleb Prather combined on the stop for the Volunteers. 2nd and 7. Outside the 10. High snap, handoff, right side. Brown following a blocker. Gets down toward the 7, maybe the 6 before he is flung to the ground. There's a penalty flag behind the play, however. Committed along the 10. Rebels are going to move backwards, holding. It will be accepted by Starkville. Fast-moving quarter.
Yeah, and if you're the Rebels, that's what you like.
Yep, when you're up 14-0 and you can shorten the game in the third quarter, you really happy with that.
And Starkville's offense has not set foot on the field in the second half.
They'll walk the ball back to the 20. That'll make it second and about 16. Timeout is called. It looks like Leake calling the timeout. I believe that's it. Coach Corey Burns pointing out toward it, and that's going to be a Rebel timeout presented by Carthage Veterinary Clinic, and we'll take it with them. And the Rebels up 14-0.
When it comes to the health and well-being of your four-legged family members, you need to trust veterinary experience that you'll find with Dr. Ryan Anderson and Dr. Steve Green at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic is a full-service animal hospital that specializes in both routine and emergency procedures such as medical, surgical, dental, and grooming. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic conveniently located at 900 Highway 35 South in Carthage.
Visit them online at centralmississippianimalclinic.com.
Total Pain Care is pleased to announce the addition of a full-time pain management clinic in Philadelphia. This location allows Dr. Pearson and Dr. Martin, along with Sam Kratzer, nurse practitioner, to better serve Neshoba County and surrounding areas. Our mission has always been to reduce suffering, increase function, and promote independence for our patients. For more information, visit our website at totalpaincare.org and call us today. We are located in the Medical Arts Clinic in front of Neshoba General Hospital. Total Pain Care, better quality of life, closer to home.
Boswell Media.
Back out of the timeout, 2nd and 16 for the Rebels. They'll put 4 wide receivers into the formation. Snap it back to Welch. He'll keep it himself. Pile drive straight ahead to the 15 and leave the Rebels with about with 3rd and 11.
Not much there. Right up the middle, you might be seeing the Rebels play for a field goal attempt.
If you're wondering about that, Matthew now 1 for 1 on the year, kicking field goals. At the East Rankin game, he made his only field goal attempt of the year. 2-by-2 receivers, empty backfield, H-back to the right. And there's illegal procedure call coming against the Rebels. They'll face 3rd and 16 back around the 20.
Now, they're calling that a lot. And
yeah,
I was looking through the binoculars, and I did not see anyone move along the line. So that's one of those things where they need to tell the coaches what they're calling.
Yeah, and maybe they have. We don't know, but they have been sticklers for that pre-snap false start tonight against both teams. Snap back, 3rd down and long, throw over the middle. Going to be too tall, incomplete for Watkins along the 5-yard line. He was able to go up high, get his fingers on it, and tipped it into the end zone, but there was some zone coverage back there, and nothing doing for the Rebels.
Yeah, a couple of volunteers back there playing center field, so to speak, and there's about 3 of them back there. So decision time for the Rebels.
Looks like that decision is going to be go for it on 4th and 16. They'll have to get to the 4 for a first down. 4th and 16 from the 20. Snap, pressure at the outside, throwing toward the corner. Atkinson reaching for it, and he catches it for the touchdown. That's 6 for the Rebels in the back left corner of the end zone. The Rebels are up 20-0.
Oh, just a beautiful play there. It was one of those where Welch knew exactly who he was throwing to when he let it go, and Atkinson went up and high-pointed the ball and grabbed it and brought it in and controlled it through the catch. When he came down on his gluteus and rolled over backwards. And when he rolled through, stood up, handed the ball to the official.
QC Supply touchdown from Welch to Atkinson. They connected last week. Here's the extra point from Nowell. High kick drifting over to the left, and it's no good. He left it wide left. Leake 20, Starkville nothing, 4:29 to play in the third quarter. Back after this.
Your kid's graduation, we were there. Your summer barbecue? We were there. That Christmas you burnt the turkey. Yep, we were there. 2 hours after the storm hit? You bet we were there. At South Group Cox Agency, we provide the coverage you can count on when you don't need us, and those times that you do. Coverage that's always there. South Group Cox Agency.
If you want to get the best in sportswear and gear, check out In Sports. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia, offers screen printing with personalized jerseys, t-shirts, and fan wear to support your favorite team. In Sports also has customizable vinyl gear for spring sports like baseball and softball, as well as plaques and trophies. Looking for sports equipment? In Sports has that too. In Sports believes in giving the best possible customer service with in-town deliveries. Get ready for this sports season with In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
Matthew Nowell with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff after the third LA touchdown. He'll pooch kick it, hits at the 30, picked up at the 28, coming in the middle of the field, getting across the 35 and the 40 before going down on the tackle by Caden Chipley. That's Cy Hallberg. But here's a performance therapy reset Rebel fans are going to love. 16 plays, 65 yards, took 7.5 minutes off the clock, 7:31 off the clock, and a fourth down, 20-yard pass from Welch to Atkinson. The kick was missed, 20-0 LA. Bennett back in at quarterback. He got hurt in the second quarter, but it looks like he's okay. Hands off to Nicholas, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. Hagan, Bobo, and Jared Sims combine on the stop. First time we've called Hagan's name tonight, but not the first time we've called the name of senior Jared Sims.
I give him half a yard.
2nd and 9
plus. Actually, they don't. The down marker just moved just a little bit.
Yeah, he's not always good on that first stick on the ground. Empty set. Keeper from Bennett. They get some blocks, but he gets tripped up by Bobo. Falls across the 45 to the 46, and that will be a gain of about 3 or 4, third and call it 5. Yeah, boy, they gave him an extra half yard up almost to the 47. Yeah, still possession play here. 3-man front. It's Watkins, Bobo, and Adams, the 3-man front. 4 linebackers. They'll bring some motion. Swing it back to Bice behind the line of scrimmage. He fumbles. He fumbles at the 49. And there's a flag behind the play as Watkins and big 74 Jacob Hemphill were tangled up away from the play. So we'll see about that. That's probably going to be some personal foul, some frustration there. But the ball was recovered by the Volunteers at the 49.
Yeah, I think I did not see, but as many flags came in, you might end up with a offsetting here.
So the officials are talking about it, talking to Coach Brian Pickens along the numbers on the visiting sideline. And
oh, no, maybe it is just on Starkville.
Hemphill has come to the sideline with his helmet off, pacing around. We've not seen the call from the officials. The ball was fumbled, recovered by Starkville. 4th and about 3 going to be the measurement here, but let's see what the penalties were. There are about 4 hankies out on the field, all in the same area.
Looks like they are going to accept it. Yeah, over there they're asking Coach Pickens if he wanted to accept it because it still would have been 4th down.
Yeah.
But 4th down and 3 isn't quite as tempting as 3rd down and 20.
Yes, yeah, so you accept the penalty, put him into 3rd and long. Ball at the 31-yard line. Got to get almost to the Rebel 48 for the first down. Empty set, backfield. Bennett looking to his left, looking, now throwing deep. Got a man open. Williams cannot get it. It was about a step past him inside the 30. He got behind the Rebel DBs, but they couldn't connect. And there's still some of the offensive linemen for Starkville are still kind of hot-tempered out there.
Yeah, you see the Starkville coaches kind of bringing them to the sideline, telling them they don't need any more of those 15-yard penalties.
Coach Chase Nicholson talking to Hemphill over at the far right side of the bench. I think he's telling him, I don't know what he's telling him. What do I know? It's 2:55 to play in the Gibson Cleaners third quarter, 4th down for Starkville.
Had a whistle and a stoppage of play for something. I think the Starkville coaches are talking to the linesman here on the near side.
Charlie Brantley stands about the 36-yard line awaiting the punt from Walters. Walters punts it from his 24. Kicks a low line drive kick, hits at the 40 and takes a bounce that the home crowd will like. It'll die at the 25, and that's where Leake will start, leading 20-0 with 2:45 to play in the third quarter. Tonight's broadcast powered by Central Electric Power Association. It was 14-0 at the half, and the Rebels had a 7.5-minute drive, a thing of beauty to open the third quarter, and ended with 6 from Welch to Atkinson from 20 yards away.
All right, well, what you wouldn't give for another one of those long 16-play drives right here, even if it doesn't come away with points.
Ooh, yeah.
It just, you'd love take a lot of time off the clock if you're Leake.
3 wide receivers, snap back to Welch. He gets a nice hole on the right side and crashes ahead to the 29 for a pickup of 4.
Well, yeah, the shift to the single wing Pop Warner style is paid off here for Leake Academy, especially in this game, racking up the rush yards.
And big middle linebacker Johnson making the tackle. They'll keep it around right side again, but not much room there for Welch. He will get turned sideways and put down at the 31-yard line. It got just a couple, and that will leave LA with 3rd down and 4. Pursuit out there coming from Overstreet. Rebels will huddle up. Minute 53, clock ticking, third quarter. Come to the line, Atkinson split to the wide side of the left. Ben Jackson to the short side, standing right on the 3 and the 0 at the 30-yard line. Running back to the left, they'll fake it to him, throw quickly, but it one hops into Atkinson at the 35, incomplete. And that will force a punt for the Rebels.
Yeah, Welch just short-armed it just a little bit. They had Atkinson open, little out route out there, little curl route, I guess you would say, and just a little bit short on that throw.
.137 to play in the quarter. 8th grader Reese Atkinson has punted the ball very well tonight. Stands at his 15. Drops the nose, punts it. End over end kick will hit at the 43 in ball territory, and the Rebels will surround it as it goes along the far sideline short of the 35. 1st and 10 from the 36 for the blue and orange. They have New York Mets colors, Florida Gator colors, whichever your preference is. By the way, game 1 of the World Series starting tonight, Breck. People are not where they can follow that. I'd love to tell you the score once I bring it up here. Bottom of the 4th inning, game 1 from Minute Maid Park. Astros 5, Phillies 3. A lot of scoring in the early innings of that game. 4-man front for LA. They'll fake the run, throw it. It was tipped and out of the hands of Charlie Nicholas. Thought Camden Marble may have gotten a finger on the ball as it was rifled in about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, incomplete.
Little RPO action there from the Volunteers as Bennett kind of shuffles like he's going to run, then jumps up and throws. First time we've seen that wrinkle in the offense.
2nd down, 10. 3 split to the left. Now they'll bring Bison motion. Keeper for Bennett. Gets to the 40, gets a nice gain. Gets up to the 44 for a pickup of about 7 yards, maybe 8. I'll give him 8 to the 44, 3rd and short. 70 seconds to play in the quarter. Rebels 20, Volunteers nothing.
Yeah, that time they bring Williams behind him, or Bice behind him. Look like it's going to be a speed option to the left, and then Bennett keeps it, runs it back to the right.
2 yards to gain for the 1st down. 4 wide receivers. Again, the keeper. Same play, but the Rebels sniff it out. Watkins and Sims wrap up Bennett and get him down hard right at the line of scrimmage, maybe lost half a yard. They're going to give him the 45. My goodness.
That's not a sandwich you want to be in between Watkins and Sims. Those are some big boys.
That's a hurt sandwich right there. That's going to make you hurt.
That's your
something fierce.
Older cousin used to say, the hurts, don't it?
Yes, that's right.
That's what that was.
Well, 4th down and a yard and a half, and Walters, the punter, is going to come out. The Rebels are going to be on alert for a fake. 4th and less than 2. Motion a man out, and they will snap it back. Hallberg can't hold it, and he'll be tackled back at the 35 by Jake Adams. The fake punt blows up in the face of the Volunteers. The Rebels are going to have the short field up 20-0 with 4 seconds to play in the quarter.
Yeah, that time they did the little motion to try to get Leake to jump off sides. Leake disciplined, stayed where they were, and it almost looked like the snap came out too quick. It looked like that Hallberg wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, snapped it to the up man Hallberg, who's their return man, but he never got a chance to move forward. Welch at quarterback, 2 wide out, split left. Keeper right side, getting to the 30, to the 25, breaking in the open, 15, 10, 5, that's 6 for the Rebels. Touchdown, Whit Welch, and the Rebels are taking control of this ball game.
Open it up, Whit Welch right there. Maybe a little fatigue setting in on the Starkville Volunteer side, but Whit Welch just able to run it right up the middle for his second rushing touchdown of the evening. 35-yard effort there.
35 yards, second score of the night for the senior, the Diesel. Coming down Highway 12 for 6. Howell lines up for the extra point. Out of the hold of Martin from the snap from Jackson. Snap, hold, kick is away, and it's good. Final play of the quarter. Rebels 27, Vols nothing. Back after this with the start of the fourth quarter as Leake Academy playoff football continues.
Your kid's graduation, we were there. Your summer barbecue, we were there. That Christmas you burnt the turkey. Yep, we were there. 2 hours after the storm hit, you bet we were there. At South Group Cox Agency, we provide the coverage you can count on when you don't need us, and those times that you do. Coverage that's always there. South Group Cox Agency.
If you want to get the best in sportswear and gear, check out In Sports. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia, offers screen printing with personalized jerseys, t-shirts, and fanwear to support your favorite team. In Sports also has customizable vinyl gear for spring sports like baseball and softball, as well as plaques and trophies. Looking for sports equipment? In Sports has that too. In Sports believes in giving the best possible customer service with in-town deliveries. Get ready for this sports season with In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
We start the fourth quarter from Starkville. Rebels 27, Starkville Academy nothing. Moore's Pharmacy kickoff from the foot of Nowell. He'll line drive it deep, taken inside the 20. Coming up is Hallberg. Around the left side, breaks a tackle, gets past another defender, and then gets hit hard as he crosses the 30 by Bryce Watkins. 31-yard line will be the line of scrimmage for the Vols. Fourth quarter presented by the Neshoba County Co-op. Leake 27, Starkville Academy nothing in this first round playoff game. The Rebels hold on and win. They will travel to Gallman next Friday night, and we'll bring it to you on Boswell Media Sports.
They say get to about the 31?
Yes, 31-yard line, left hash. 1 wide out, left, 3 to the right. Bennett brings guy in motion. He's going to throw, putting it up deep. Going to be very deep and nearly intercepted by Atkinson along the 35. He had tremendous coverage on the tall receiver, Cade Smith.
Yeah, that one right through the arms, just kind of looking back over the shoulder. Attempt there by Atkinson. Yeah, good throw from Bennett. Maybe just a little bit long.
2nd and 10. Two wide out, split to each side as the junior quarterback claps, takes a neck-high snap. He's going to keep it, gets hit hard by Sims and driven into the ground after a pickup of 4 at the 35. Sims starting to make his presence felt in the second half. I've got to think that Bennett is thinking, please, somebody block 51 when I run up the middle.
You're going to have 51 kind of imprinted on his shoulder pads after this one.
3rd down, 6 to go. 1 by 3 the set. Low snap, Bennett looking out to his right, rolling out. Now he's going to run, steps by Sims, gets up to the 40, 45, has the first down and more as he goes a yard deep into LA territory. There's a penalty behind the play. It may be a blindside block. I'm not sure. Let's hold on. The line of scrimmage after the play is the 49 in Leake territory, but let's see what the penalty is. I think may have been Sims who got the block, the crack, or the personal foul. No, it's against LA.
Yeah, I thought so. One of the Volunteers got up and had his shoulder pad all kind of wonky, and he jumped up and kind of held his arms up. That's when the flag came in. I think it might have been a late push or something.
Well, the Rebels will get penalized 14 yards to the 35. Not even quite to the 35, but it'll be a fresh set of downs for Starkville. They're trailing 27-0, under 11 minutes to play. Orbit Nicholson behind it, but handed to Nicholson. He plunges ahead, picks up just a couple, 2 to the 33.
After the run and the penalties, almost a gain of 30 for the Volunteers.
Sims and Watkins teamed up to stop Charlie Nicholas. It was Geist that they were bringing in motion. Split Williams out to the left, put Nicholas in the slot to the left. Send 2 men out the right side as well. Keeper inside. Bennett gets hit by Dylan Jones, and then Grayson McDonald, and get forward progress up to the 30. Leave them with 3rd and 5, a pickup of 3. Grayson McDonald's been in on 3 tackles tonight. 3rd down, 5. They've got to get to the 25 to keep the chains moving. 9:54 and the clock ticking away on Starkville's season. Starkville beat the Rebels 39-7 in week 3. Play fake. Bennett trying to throw, extending the play, wobbles one toward the end zone, and it's knocked down by Charlie Brantley at the goal line. They wanted Drew Williams, but he was well covered by Brantley and Harden.
Yeah, Coach Pickens out yelling something. I don't know if he's doing coaching or if maybe he's just speaking loudly to the officials. But I think he's doing a little bit of coaching there. Maybe quarterback spy and someone on the quarterback.
4th down and 5. Bennett got a play call from the near sideline. Starkville needs to get to the 25. Rebels put 4 up at the line of scrimmage. No rush 4. Bennett throws over the middle to Williams. Nice grab. Does he get far enough for the first down? I think he did. He caught it at the 24, got pushed back behind the 25, but that's the correct call. And looked like tackle there for 15, Camden Marble. They get 6 on a 4th and 5 and keep things moving. But the Rebels have a 27-point lead. 4 wide receivers. Again, the keeper, Bennett, gets hit by Watkins and driven to the ground after a short gain. Gets just 1. No, in fact, gets no gain.
Yeah, they'll say it looked like he might have even lost a little bit.
Yeah, no gain on the play. Fine play by Watkins, who's played quite a few snaps at defensive end. He looks tired. He's got his hands on his knees because he's played a lot of offensive and defensive snaps for the Cardinal and Navy of L.A. tonight. 2-by-2 receivers, empty backfield. Bennett wants to throw, has time. Puts a beautiful spiral left side, and it's through the hands of the intended receiver, incomplete. That was Bice in the end zone, trying to make the over-the-shoulder catch with Jake Brown trailing him, incomplete. 3rd down, 10. Tonight's fourth quarter presented by the Neshoba County Co-op. 8:32 on the fourth quarter clock. Williams goes out by himself left side and 3 receivers to the left. Clap, snap comes back. Chase from the pocket is McKenzie. That's still Bennett. He's going to go to the 20, go outside the numbers, get close to the first down, or he gets wrapped up. Good effort, good vision. Bishop Hardin makes the tackle. We'll see if he gets the first down or not. It looks like he did.
Yeah, great play there by Bishop Hardin, as that was just them two all alone out there, and Bennett could have made a move, but Hardin able to wrap up and bring him down for, right at the line to gain.
Line of scrimmage between the 14 and 13 there in the David Barham Insurance red zone. Handoff Nicholas right side. He'll get tripped up coming across the 10. A couple of Rebels got in his way. Marble and Watkins.
They got it just inside the 10.
Yep, and mark it at the 9. Second down and 5. Send 3 into the short side of the field. Now pull Nicholas back. Keeper Bennett hesitates, and then he is met and pushed back. Did not get back to the line of scrimmage, I don't think. See which Rebel that was that stopped him stone cold. Looks like McDonald.
Yeah, they will see. No gain.
No gain. In fact, the back tip of the ball is touching the 10 now. So we think he lost about close to a yard. 3rd and 5+. Under 7 minutes to play. This drive's costing Starkville a lot of time. Back to throw. Bennett throws over the middle. Caught in the middle of the end zone. Touchdown for Wyatt Bice. And Starkville gets on the board with 6:50 to play in the ball game.
Yeah, that time one of the Rebel defenders just fell down. It was a little cut through a little slant across the middle, and the defender didn't see who it was, but whoever it was just fell down, trying to cover, and left a little bit of room for Bice to haul in the catch.
I'll tell you what, Bryce Bennett going to be sore tonight. Left-footed kicker. Pops it through. Good. 27-7 with 6:50 to go. Back after this with a Moore's Pharmacy kickoff.
If spending days looking for a top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
He's headed to the end zone.
The Junction and Prince Oil Fuel Champions. As you travel to the game, shop and fuel with people who are invested in your community. 60 years of fueling Central Mississippi and champions like Leake Academy. Locations are all over Mississippi. Carthage, Philadelphia, Oxford, Ridgeland, Scuba, Louisville, Newton, and Union. They also do catering.
So be sure to put some Junction in your next function.
It's the Junction and Prince Oil.
Boswell Media Sports.
Everybody in the house expects an onside kick after the Starkville touchdown that cuts the Rebel lead down to 27-7. Jackson Walters on the kick, and Rebels have 10 men up within 15 yards of the ball. He'll bounce it toward the 50. Jake Brown fields it like a second baseman taking a ground ball and goes down right at midfield, and it'll be Rebel ball.
Yeah, good job there by Brown. As you mentioned, he kind of took it off a hop and just kind of spun to the ground.
That's the Sunday hop.
Yeah.
It just went softly right in between the 1 and the 2 on Jake's jersey. Rebels will have it at midfield, leading 27-7. That drive for Starkville took a lot of time off the clock. So performance therapy reset, 27-7. Welch and company to the line of scrimmage. Handoff, Watkins. He breaks through 45-40, still dragging defenders down to the 35, and the pile-up continues to push forward in almost to the 30. That looks like a tired defense, Breck Riley.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
18 yards on the game.
That long drive where the Rebels took up most of the beginning of the third quarter might have taken some tolls on that Volunteer defense.
Tackled at the 32 was the running back. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. The Rebels will huddle up and
18-yard pickup.
Let some time drain off this fourth quarter clock. 7-6, snap it back. Welch keeps it. He's got room to run along the right hash inside the 25, inside the 20 before he's pushed down from behind by Justin Ming, the defensive back. That's another Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down, gain of 14.
Yeah, following Bryce Watkins right there.
16 on the play. They mark him down at the 16. They move into the David Barham Insurance red zone in just 2 rushing plays.
In the third quarter, I'll give you the quick stats. 8 plays for 4 yards for Starkville Academy. 23 plays, 105 yards for the Rebels.
That sounds good.
That's how you like it.
Ball at the right edge. 2 receivers split out to the short side of the field. Keeper around that side, but nothing doing for Welch that time. Starkville brought more men than the Rebels could block. Just crowded the box, and Beckett Leslie came through the gap and tackled him for a loss of 2.
I'm going to give credit to the Starkville Academy band over here playing Welcome to Duloc, the song from Shrek. Props to the band.
Second down, 12 for LA. The clock winds under 5 minutes to go in the Neshoba County Co-op fourth quarter. Big formation. Handoff Watkins, nothing up the middle, but he finds a little crease on the right side. And he drives inside the 15 down to the 13. Leaves LA with 3rd and 7. Timeout called. Starkville will use the timeout. 4:35. We'll take it with them with the Rebels up 27-7.
Dr. David Henderson is a former Rebel and has been a proud supporter of Leake Academy for many years. He would like to take this opportunity to give the Rebels a huge shout out. Dr. Henderson serves Carthage and the surrounding areas. New patients are always welcome, and they will work with you and your schedule to make it easy. Go get them, Rebels! From Dr. David Henderson and his staff. Dr. David Henderson Dental Clinic, Court Square, Carthage.
Attention, deer slayers. We are talking to you.
Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, scents, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there.
Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media.
3rd down and 7 for the Rebels. Handoff goes to Brown. Left side, he had an opening toward the middle of the field and stumbles inside the 10. He's going to be short of the first down. Gets down to about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, I think he got tripped up, got foot tied with his lead blocker there.
4th down and about 4. Coach Brian Pickens is going to drain every second off the play clock before using a timeout. He's walked out near the numbers along the 25-yard line. And the play clock at 12, it'll be about 3 minutes, 50 seconds when the 21-year veteran head coach will call for the timeout. 3, 2, 1, there you go, 3:50. Winston pulling away from Marshall deep in the fourth quarter. Patriots leading Marshall Academy 29-0 in their 4A first-round playoff game.
I got some public school scores.
Let's hear them.
Are across the street, but not across the street. Starkville, they're down in the Madison area. They're playing in Germantown, 26-14. They lead that one. Madison Central up on Murrah, 35-0. Ethel Tigers lead Vardaman, 24-21. French Camp up on Sebastopol 35-14. And then one of those Rankin County showdowns, Brandon leads Northwest Rankin 28-21. Only 1A, 6A, and 5A playing tonight for MHSAA.
Everybody, the other classifications played last night that made you available as Louisville defeated Kosciuszko in that annual rivalry game. 4th down and 4 for LA, and they'll bring the offense out, bring the heavy set. A 4-horseman alignment. Welch takes chest high snap, hands it to Watkins, coming around the left side, cuts inside. He gets inside the 5. The ball comes loose, but the Rebels fall on it at about the 3.
He was down anyway.
Yeah, I think he was already on the ground, but it's going to be a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and goal for LA. They get the 1st down.
Yeah.
That's a good call. You line it up big to the right, but run to the weak side and use the good vision of your running back Watkins to pick up the 1st down. 1st and goal, LA at the 3.
They're looking at it. I didn't think it's even that close.
Well, they've already put the markers down.
Yeah. Yeah, they were looking at it. I don't know what they were.
I'm not sure what they were looking at that point.
The chain gang already set them down. It's 1st and goal.
Rebels trying to put an exclamation point with another QC Supply touchdown. 1st and 10. Keep that 4-horseman set. Heavy to the right. High snap, pulled down by Welch. He's going to let his block set up, and he is across the painted line. That's 6 for the Rebels. 3rd rushing touchdown tonight for Mr. Welch. The Diesel has scored 15 touchdowns on the season and put his team up 33-6 with the extra point pending. Wow. What a performance from Leake in this second half. That's another QC Supply touchdown. Now we'll measure his steps off and get ready to kick out of the hold of Seth Martin toward the south end zone. Hold is down, kick is away. And it's good with 3:22 to play. Rebels 34, Volunteers 7.
Performance Therapy wants to help educate you on specialty therapies that could give you relief in just a few visits. Dry needling is a technique using dry needles without medication. They're inserted through the skin into areas of the muscle. It improves pain control and reduces muscle tension. They also offer aquatic therapy in Carthage. This can increase your flexibility, strength, and stamina while alleviating pain and speeding your recovery time. Performance Therapy. Comprehensive care. Hands-on treatment. Proven results. Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, and Pelahatchie.
Moore's Pharmacy always looks forward to seeing their customers, and they provide 4 locations for you: Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. They also provide services to make your life easier, such as the flavored medicine machine for your children, Pack My Meds, hormone replacement therapy, and compounding. They also take most insurances. Moore's Pharmacy, Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. Always the shortest wait time, fastest service, and lowest prices because they will price match for you. Follow them on Facebook. Moore's Pharmacy, your family hometown pharmacy.
Boswell Media.
Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. Taken around the left side up to the 35. Ball's loose, picked up by Bryce Watkins. He's taken it down the far sideline and pushed into the end zone. Ball was fumbled, picked up by Watkins. Let's see what the call is. They're going to call touchdown for LA.
That's going to stand. It was Hallberg, and I personally thought that he was down where he went down at. But there was an official standing right on top of it. Heads up play there by Watkins to scoop it up and keep the play going. Just keep it going. And the official on the far sideline, he said all the way that was a fumble and a scoop and score for the Rebels.
40-0. Bryce Watkins goes 25 yards. It may have been 30. I'm not sure which, with the fumble recovery on the kickoff return. And the folks here in Starkville are stunned.
They're also headed to the cars.
Now we'll on to kick the extra point after the QC Supply touchdown. He puts it up. It's away. And it is good. 3:09 to play. The route is on in Oktibbeha County. 41 for the Rebels, 7 for the Vols.
Performance Therapy wants to help educate you on specialty therapies that could give you relief in just a few visits. Dry needling is a technique using dry needles without medication. They're inserted through the skin into areas of the muscle. It improves pain control and reduces muscle tension. They also offer aquatic therapy in Carthage. This can increase your flexibility, strength, and stamina while alleviating pain and speeding your recovery time. Performance Therapy. Comprehensive care. Hands-on treatment. Proven results. Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, and Pelahatchie.
Moore's Pharmacy always looks forward to seeing their customers, and they provide 4 locations for you: Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. They also provide services to make your life easier, such as the flavored medicine machine for your children, Pack My Meds, hormone replacement therapy, and compounding. They also take most insurances. Moore's Pharmacy, Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. Always the shortest wait time, fastest service, and lowest prices because they will price match for you. Follow them on Facebook. Moore's Pharmacy, your family hometown pharmacy.
Boswell Media Sports.
Again, Nowell with a Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. Sky kick it, taken at the 27. Taken to the outside, staying on his feet, dodging around, dancing around, staying upright, coming near side, and then cut down by Bryce Watkins along the 37-yard line was Alex Friedhaber.
Watkins said, I'll get a touchdown and I'll make a great play.
Why not?
Made a 30-yard scoop and scored, didn't tire him out.
Line of scrimmage, the 39-yard line for Starkville. LA leads 41-7. Start making your reservations for a visit to Gallman. Copiah Academy, the 2 seed, awaits the winner. Looks like it's going to be the Rebels. They'll put 3 down linemen up. The formation, little Kansas City screen underneath, breaking 1 tackle, getting to the 50, getting the first down, and going down hard at midfield is Wyatt Johnson, the tight end. They run that little option look and then shovel it underneath.
Yeah, a little shovel pass right there. Hadn't seen it tonight, but it gains about 14 yards.
Jake Brown makes the tackle at the 48. Low snap from the shoe tops. Throwing up high, arcing pass, nearly intercepted, knocked away by Atkinson. He wants an interference call on Cade Smith, and he may have a case down there at the 15, but the pass is incomplete. Second pass breakup for Atkinson tonight. 2:42 to play in the Neshoba County Co-op fourth quarter. 2nd and 10 from the 48. Pillow leading Silliman 31-28 with quite a bit of time left in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10. Empty set. Bennett, belt tie snap, throws short, complete. Nicholas to the 40 along the far boundary. Sims and Brantley knock him out of bounds at the 40-yard line. He'll be a couple of yards short of what he needs to pick up the first down. .236 to play. Clock stopped. 3rd down and about 2.5. 1 by 3. Receiver set. Bennett will look to the right side. Put it up long. Nice spiral, but too far out in front of Bice. Incomplete inside the 10. 4th down now for the Vols. When the clock hits 0, be sure to stay with us for the Piggly Wiggly post game, and Breck and I will wrap this one up for you from Starkville. 14-0 at the break, and it has been all Rebels in the second stanza. 41-7 the score now. Two wide outs split to each side. H back to the right. Bennett looks at a 3-man front. The Rebels will rush 3, drop everybody else back, throw it short along the 35 to Williams, who catches it. Brantley tackles him before he can turn it upfield, but the Vols successfully pick up the first down. Line of scrimmage to 35. Clock stops with 2:26 to play. LA has 1 timeout. Of course, they're not interested in stopping the clock. The Vols, according to the scoreboard, have 2. Bennett looking to throw. Being chased from the pocket, right side. Throws complete inside the 20 to Nicholas who is knocked out of bounds immediately by Atkinson. Successful job there, extending the play and getting a first down at the 19. Starkville in the David Barham Insurance red zone with 2 minutes and change to play. Tonight's broadcast powered by Central Electric Power Association. They'll put 3 to the left this time. Bring Bice in motion, but the throw is to the corner. Little push off there. Williams grabs it in the end zone. Is he inbounds? It is a touchdown, but there are flags back along the line of scrimmage. So let's hold on before we put the points on the board.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a hold.
It's either that or there might have been something after the play. It looked like there was some tangled up, but a hold could look like that if you grab someone and
take them down,
throw them on the ground. Definitely going to be against Starkville, it seems.
Yeah, the celebration muted. It is personal foul against the home team. Starkville will have the touchdown wiped out. Be marked from the 19 back to the 34-yard line. First down and 25. Hope you've enjoyed the video stream tonight. It seems to have worked marvelously well. Thanks to the Smith & Smith Attorneys video stream. Second. First and 25. Throw over the middle, nearly intercepted by Bishop Harden at the 10. He just was standing back there at safety and came in and stepped in front of Williams, reached above his head, took the ball, knocked the ball away, nearly took it away. Second and 25 from the 34. Harden's second pass broken up on this cool Friday evening. 3 split left, 1 to the right. Knee-high snap. McKenzie, the quarterback now. He's going to step up in the pocket and then just get buried by Hagan Bobo right at the line of scrimmage. He never saw Hagan coming from the backside. He got brought hard to the ground. The Rebels fans rise to their feet and cheer. Tackle by Bobo. Lost half a yard. Bobo's getting the sack in my stat sheet, Breck.
Sounds like a good thing to do.
You won't argue with that? No appeal?
It's third down.
No replay to go back and look at it. We'll say 3rd and 26.
Third down at West Point.
4 wide receivers in the formation. Bennett back in at quarterback. Rebels will rush 3. He'll step up in the pocket. Get inside the 30. Gets spun around, taken down around the 28. Again, Camden Marble. How many times have we called Camden's name, especially in the first half? But he has 4 solo tackles, and I have him with 9 assisted tackles.
Yeah, he's been all over the field.
Including a pass breakup. We might hear his name when we talk about the in-sports players of the game.
I would think so.
Just a tease, just a hint there. 4th down and about 18. Bennett will launch it, but it'll kind of flutter on him and go harmlessly out of bounds on the far side. Incomplete. The Rebels will take over on downs with 25 seconds to play. And the L.A. bleachers, like one, they rise up, people with their hands above their heads, clapping for this Rebel squad that has played certainly their best game in the last month.
It's
maybe their best game of the season tonight.
The best formation in football.
Victory formation coming up. So the Rebels are going to have a 41-7 win unless something really unusual happens. But they will kneel it and should be the final snap of tonight's ball game. They line up in the victory formation. Snap comes back. No pursuit from Starkville's defensive front. And how about this? After struggling in the final 2 weeks of the regular season, the Rebels do what Breck Riley said they needed to do. Put it behind them and play really good ball for 48 minutes. And the 10 seed Leake Academy strikes and takes down the higher seed. Starkville Academy, who had just beaten the Rebels mercilessly in week 3. Let's be honest, that was a wipeout game in week 3, but the Rebels turned it around on them tonight and win it 41-7. Stay with us as the Piggly Wiggly postgame gets started. In just a minute, we'll be back as Leake Academy football continues.
Tired of being tired of laundry?
Let me tell you about the laundry lifesavers, Gibson Cleaners. Yes, I'm probably talking to you females out there because let's be honest, y'all are the ones getting stuck with the dirty laundry. Should I say it again? Gibson Cleaners, your laundry lifesaver. Just drop it off on your way to work, have a great day, and pick it up on your way home. Now prop up your feet and relax. Thanks to Gibson Cleaners, your official laundry lifesaver for life.
446 Beacon Street in Philadelphia.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplements. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Dr. Craig Martin, family and staff are proud supporters of Leake Academy football. Good luck in this season.
Today, I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can accomplish what others can't.
Dr. Martin and his professional staff look forward to serving you in general dentistry. Dr. Craig Martin, General Dentistry and Facial Aesthetics, 1001 East Main Street, Philadelphia.
Southern Soul is the place where you slide your feet under the table and feel right at home. That's because their Southern home-style cooking really is just like being at Grandma's. Tuesday through Sunday, the fine folks at Southern Soul will serve you your choice of a delicious plate lunch in a nice family atmosphere. For the salad lovers, they have a fresh salad bar with all the fixins. It's Southerner Soul, just like Grandma used to make it. Highway 16, Carthage.
Smith & Smith is the longest-standing law firm in Leake County. They're proud to support Leake Academy and all area football teams this year. Winning means you're willing to go longer, work harder, and give more than anyone else. Smith & Smith Law Firm has worked hard for years, and it's paid off. So will your work, young men. Smith & Smith is here to help you survive criminal and family law. Smith & Smith, 207 Water Street, Carthage, or at jesmith.law, jesmith.law, or call 601-267-5611.
Attention, deer slayers. We are talking to you.
Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, scents, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there.
Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
What's stopping you from shopping local?
It's hard to tell what's actually local and what's just called local.
At Piggly Wiggly in Carthage, local means right here in Carthage.
Here at Piggly Wiggly, local and freshness are two very important words. Freshness means a lot in your kitchen, and local means a lot to our community.
Supporting local because we are local. Piggly Wiggly, with a convenient location just off Highway 16 in the heart of Carthage.
Shop local from your friends at Piggly Wiggly in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
We get the Piggly Wiggly postgame started from Starkville, where the Leake Academy Rebels, the 10 seed, have come in and knocked off the 7 seed Starkville Academy Volunteers and ended their season 41-7 the final. LA survives. LA advances up next in the bracket. A date with 2 seed Capaya next week in Gallman. And, of course, we'll bring it to you on Boswell Media Sports. Philip Palmertree and Breck Riley with you. Breck?
Hey, Phil, tell me, who was it that put the Rebels out of the playoffs last year?
That was the Capaya.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Interesting.
How about that?
A little storyline.
You and I were there for that one.
Yeah, a little storyline.
So there was a storyline in this one as Starkville dominated Leake back in week 3 in Madden, winning 39-7. And lots happened between then. But Starkville's had a nice season. They have had some ups and downs, but they've had a good season. They were the 7th seed, playing at home, certainly confident. But the Rebels, really the Rebel defense was, I think, the big story in this game.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you hold them you got them shut out at halftime, and what did we have the Volunteers with in the first half? Just 90 total yards in the first half. They were 69 on the ground and 21 through the air, and they actually didn't get on the board until the fourth quarter. Late in the fourth quarter, with 6:50 left in the ball game, is when the Volunteers able to first get on the board. So it's a lot of football and a lot of time for the Rebel defense to keep Starkville off balance and out of the end zone. And then when you look at that, when you give up a score like that, the Rebels probably called off the dogs at that point. They're not being as aggressive. The game's well in hand at that point. So they kind of sit back on your heels a little bit, give them a little bit, because even at that point of the ball game, the long drive, it does more damage to Starkville than it does to Leake at that point, taking however many plays. That was a 13-play drive. They were down 27-0, and that long drive wasn't going to do much to help the Volunteers.
The Rebels led 27-0 after 3, and then Starkville showed a little sign of life with 6 minutes, almost 7 to play. Wyatt Bice on a 9-yard pass from Bennett made it 27-7. They attempted the onside kick, and Jake Brown recovered it at midfield, and the Rebels went 7 plays, 50 yards. Watkins converting a fourth down, and then on 1st and goal from the 3, Whit Welch went in for the 3rd time tonight, assaulted away 3:22 to play, made it 34-7 after the Nowell point after. Bryce Watkins then scooped up a fumble on the kickoff return on the far sideline, and he ran it back, took it to the house, 30 yards for the final score of the night, and Nowell put the flourish on it with the extra point to make it 41-7, and that's the final. A couple of scores that we've got to give to you in a regular season 6A game in MAIS. Hartfield and MRA tied at 21 late 3rd quarter. That's a tussle with the number 1 team in MAIS, MRA. Playoff action starting the 4th quarter. Lamar and St. Joe in a tight one. The Raiders lead the Bruins 31-28 in their first round game. That's a 6 versus 11 game. Pillow and Silliman are in a tight one, an 8-9 game. The winner of that one gets Heritage over in Columbus next week. And then Oak Forest was blowing out Bio, the last score that we had, and I imagine Oak Forest is going to move on to take on Magnolia Heights. And Simpson Academy awaits that St. Joe and Lamar winner. That's a look at the 5A bracket and a couple of other scores that we'll get to you from around Mississippi as I let the Twitter machine warms up and turns over again. But I'll tell you as that happens that we'll be on air Friday with the T&K Farms Woodmiser pregame 6:15, and then a 7 o'clock kickoff with Copiah Academy, and that should be a good one. So we'll take a break and come back. Breck and Al name the InSports players of the game. We'll give you a final look at a few relevant stats and wrap this one up from Starkville as LA wins 41-7. Back after this on Boswell Media Sports.
Performance Therapy wants to help educate you on specialty therapies that could give you relief in just a few visits. Dry needling is a technique using dry needles without medication. They're inserted through the skin into areas of the muscle. It improves pain control and reduces muscle tension. They also offer aquatic therapy and Carthage. This can increase your flexibility, strength, and stamina while alleviating pain and speeding your recovery time. Performance Therapy. Comprehensive care. Hands-on treatment. Proven results. Philadelphia, Carthage, Canton, Brandon, Gluckstadt, McGee, Florence, Raymond, and Pelahatchie.
The poultry people at Ozark Ag and Carthage are your poultry house headquarters when it comes to your building and equipment. Whether you're retrofitting an existing farm or maybe you're building one from scratch, no pun intended, Ozark Ag has the parts and equipment you'll need to rule the roost. Plus, they also carry a large assortment of hardware materials for contractors in the area. So, visit Ozark Ag today. You'll find them located at 610 Highway 16 West, right there where Farmer Joiner's Building Supply used to be. Ozark Ag and Carthage. They're the poultry people here in central Mississippi.
Get
Get top dollar for your timber and the least possible damage to your property with Welch Forest Products in Union. Professionals in forestry care, management, and cutting. Welch Forest Products provide final harvesting, pine plantation thinning, and site preparation and care. They buy land with or without timber. Welch Forest Products. Call Bo Welch at 601-774-8200. Welch Forest Products in Union.
Timber! Moore's Pharmacy always looks forward to seeing their customers, and they provide 4 locations for you: Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. They also provide services to make your life easier, such as the flavored medicine machine for your children, Pack My Meds, hormone replacement therapy, and compounding. They also take most insurances. Moore's Pharmacy, Carthage, Walnut Grove, Sebastopol, and Lena. Always the shortest wait time, fastest service, and lowest prices because they will price match for you. Follow them on Facebook. Moore's Pharmacy, your family hometown pharmacy.
If you are looking for a career and want to make great money, Winston Plywood and Veneer is looking for amazing and highly motivated team players.
Wages starting at $15.25 to $25 an hour.
Production trainee, material handler, heavy machine operator, and millwright.
Winston Plywood and Veneer offer
healthcare, dental and vision insurance, personal time off, 401k, attendance and referral bonus program.
Apply at your local Win Job Center or Indeed.com.
Winston Plywood and Veneer is an equal opportunity employer.
Baptist Leake Primary Care Clinic understands that pediatric care is much more than treating a sick child. Anya Jones, certified pediatric nurse practitioner, wants to keep your child healthy and active by offering a complete list of pediatric care to infants, children, and young adults. Appointments and walk-ins are welcome. Saturday appointments are available. Call 601-267-1470, option 5. Baptist Leake, making your health care our #1 priority.
What's stopping you from shopping local?
It's hard to tell what's actually local and what's just called local.
At Piggly Wiggly in Carthage, local means right here in Carthage.
Here at Piggly Wiggly, local and freshness are 2 very important words. Freshness means a lot in your kitchen, and local means a lot to our community.
Supporting local because we are local. Piggly Wiggly, with a convenient location just off Highway 16 in the heart of Carthage.
Shop local from your friends at Piggly Wiggly in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Final segment of tonight's Piggly Wiggly postgame from Starkville Leake Academy 41, Starkville Academy 7, first round final. A couple of other scoreboard updates. Lamar and St. Joe are headed to the final 5 minutes. Still 31-28 Raiders. And then I got word that Pillows has held on to defeat Silliman. New friend, the voice of Copiah, the Copiah Colonels, Bryce Chapman, helping us out here. 31-28. Pillows going to run the clock out and win that ball game. So a lot to look forward to. Watch LA social media this week for details about next week's second-round playoff game against Copiah. Breck, what about a couple of important relevant stats from tonight's ball game?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of stats to look at, but we do have some that we definitely want to highlight. If we look at just the second half, the big drive in the second half that really set the game apart, I thought, was the opening drive for Leake Academy. 64 yards in 16 plays, and more importantly, it took 7.5 minutes off of the clock. And that drive put the Rebels up 20-0, and that kind of felt like a little bit of the nail in the coffin, so to speak, for against the Starkville Academy Volunteers, because in the third quarter, the Volunteers only managed 8 plays for 4 yards.
Yeah, Rebels really took them off balance, stopped a lot of things they wanted to do. All they could do really to move the ball was run the quarterback Bennett on a quarterback draws all night.
And it ended up being 23 plays for 105 yards in the third quarter for the Rebels. And you look at the fourth quarter, 7 plays or 50 yards, and one of those plays was the victory formation. And they got 2 scores in the fourth quarter. They got the touchdown run by Whit Welch and the scoop and score from Bryce Watkins on the kickoff. So if you look at stats total-wise for the Leake Academy Rebels, 276 yards, not a lot, but it's what you needed to get done. 240 of those yards came on the ground and just 39 through the air. The Rebels didn't pass it a lot, but when they did, they were quite efficient with 2 touchdown passes on the evening.
That brings us to name tonight's in-sports players of the game, and Breck and I didn't have to argue or get stat sheets out. We knew as soon as the zero which 2 Rebels we were going to appoint as tonight's winners. Breck, you mentioned one of them.
Offensively, you got to look at Whit Welch. Now, what he did, in the scorebook and in the stat book wise, in addition to what he did, with just morale and momentum leading his team. I have Welch with 228 total yards. That is combined rushing and passing. 189 yards on the ground, 39 yards through the air. He's the only Rebel that completed a pass tonight, and he had 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns for a total of 5 touchdowns, and 86% of the offense went through number 24. So that's a pretty good performance to be the offensive in-sports player of the game.
Double digits in tackles for 2 Rebels tonight. In fact, I am going to make a little surprise move. I'm going to name 3 tonight because the outstanding performance from 2 Rebel defenders. Jared Sims, a senior, finishes the night with 12 tackles and a quarterback sack, but not to be outdone, Camden Marble, who had 14 tackles tonight and a pass breakup. So we'll congratulate Whit Welch, Jared Sims, and Camden Marble. They're tonight's in-sports players of the game. That'll do it for us. Thanks to John Alden Crosby running the action camera. Thanks to Billy Steen, as always, running things great at Boswell Media Sports Studios. Thanks to our producer, director, and now color analyst for the night, filling in for Jonathan. Great job, Breck. We appreciate you and always love having you. You and I have done, as we said, only about 75 or 80 ball games together. It's good to add one more.
Yeah, just like the Blues Brothers, we put the band back together.
All right. Well, the mission continues for L.A. at Capaya next week, so we'll see you then at 6:15 for the start of the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame. For everybody at Boswell Media Sports, including BMO, pregame assistant producer, also Laura and Ashley at the station, and our great sales staff, Lisa, Steve, manager, Melissa, Big Boss Johnny, everybody at Boswell Media Sports, thank you. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks for listening to all of you. If you don't listen, you don't watch. None of this matters until we're together next week for the second round of the playoffs. I'm Philip Palmertree signing off from Starkville, where the Rebels win 41-7. Until we're together next week, Lord willing, grace and peace. Good night. Go Rebels.